You're going to barrel roll off the wagon.
June 1st, I'm falling hard. I'm going to jump off the wagon.
Okay.
June 1st, I believe, starts on I think that's a Saturday too.
It is. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll just do that.
Last day of the month's a Friday.
Yeah.
Makes it easy for our shipping department. Get everything out.
All right, we are live.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to number 5 of the We Got 5 on It podcast. Be sure, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, the Tweeter. Get you on the podcast app now, which is the best one. It's the easiest way for me. Also on Google Play for whoever uses that.
Yep.
And Spotify.
Yep, nailed it.
And
Cam.
you can get the Spotify one for free, I figured out.
Dude, you're natural.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, welcome back, boys. Both of these guys are still drinking.
Yes,
I am
we are.
currently not drinking, but I used my one day of the month to drink on Saturday for a great cause. Went out and played golf for a good buddy. And then I drank for about 18 hours straight.
Yeah, I was going to say, we went for
Yeah.
probably 18 hours.
You got your money's worth. For
Oh,
sure, it
yeah. I
sounds
woke
like.
up about 5. I was so excited. I didn't have to be at the golf course till 6:30.
You're like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, took a shot at home before I got there, and then I just continued to drink from there on out.
So I know you normally wake up early.
good.
What time do you wake up on Sunday?
I had to work. I got to work at 7.
Oh, God, that's right.
Yeah. I got home at like 1:30. So I leave. I get in the Uber. I fall asleep instantly. Like I remember, I was okay. I mean, that's what I was telling Rabo earlier. I never got to like the blackout stage, but I was consistently really drunk for the entire day.
I was close like the whole time.
Yeah.
was
If
teetering.
I would have done a couple more shots, I would have really went off the edge.
Yeah.
That says a lot if you fell asleep right away.
Oh, instantly.
You
I mean,
know.
I had already been up for 24 hours by the time I got in that Uber. I get in the Uber. I get home. The guy wakes me up. He's like, all right, you're home, man. I'm like, all right.
Hey, pal, wake up.
Best ride ever, 5 stars, 20% tip. Here you go, buddy. Just let me sleep.
Dude, I was so drunk I thought I lost my keys at the end of the night.
Yeah, I got your text in the morning.
That's the worst.
I called both the Ubers. I called Eric. Everyone knows at the poker tournament. I called you. I called Justin. Only to go back upstairs and realize they were on my dresser.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet. All right, now I'm an asshole.
Good place to put them.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to wake up. Got home at about, 1:30.
Yep.
Woke up at 4:30.
God
Went on to work. Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
It was.
I would not be able to function.
It was
Nope.
It was rough. I was okay though. I just hammered back some water. You just wear it. Do what you do.
I mean, at that point, you don't really have a choice. You just got to wear it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
that's
wear
all
it.
you gotta do.
You can't
The
reverse
people that
it.
bother me are the pussies that just go on and they go, I'm so hungover. Well, you made the choice to get fucked up. Live with it now, man. Quit being such a bitch.
I think the worst part about heavily drinking is not so much the hangover, but like that night, if you're just absolutely obliterated and you get the spins and you just think, oh my God, I want to like reverse how much I drank, but you can't. It is
Can't
what
take
it
it
is.
back.
At that point,
I'm gonna be honest.
It is what it is.
That's one of my favorite feelings.
The spins?
Yeah, that means I did it.
It doesn't annoy me or make me feel like I'm gonna throw up
Yeah.
ever, but definitely I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
The only time I get it is when
Like-
is when I smoke. Like
Oh,
if I
yeah.
smoke, like if I
Yeah.
cross,
Yep.
that's when I'm like, okay, you're going downhill
Woo!
now.
Cam's a glutton for punishment.
He really is.
Yeah, I do.
Man,
There's
I
one thing
love
I've
it.
learned.
I love
yeah.
that feeling. Like close your eyes and it's just like, boom, boom, boom. You're like, yeah, let's drink a little bit more.
You feel like the fan's on high, but it's not on at all.
Yeah.
God.
I think that's the worst,
Yeah.
dude.
How about
I'm
you
always
boys? I know you guys been running, doing your thing. I've
So-
been
Yeah.
keeping up on you.
I've gotten last week I demolished it. This week gotten a slow start. I've just been busy. Moved my brother, so I just had no time. But I'll get it done.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
get
at
it
I'm at 19, so I'm a little behind, but
What are you doing? 30 for the month.
32.
32 for the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right.
You got some making up to do though.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
10 days.
I got 10 days with.
Oh yeah, I guess it's 10. I was thinking 7 for
Yeah.
whatever reason, but
Yeah.
So
all right.
I figure if I do,
in
you know,
podcast years.
I know Wednesday, tomorrow is going to be a problem because I can't. Like today, I ran after work because I had a little time. Tomorrow, I could probably do it tomorrow if trivia starts at 7. I could do it tomorrow.
You can knock out a couple.
Yeah.
Couple
So
miles.
the one thing is, it's getting so easy so quickly. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Your body responds.
The
pretty
human
quick.
body is an amazing thing.
It's pretty good. And I feel great after I'm done. Like,
oh yeah, it's a high.
It's mind clearing, man.
I don't feel like I get that runner's high, but I'm just, normally when I get off work, I'm grouchy and I'm like, fuck this, you know, gotta go home, I'm hungry, whatever, I want to drink. Now I'm done, I'm like, oh, dude, I feel great.
That's the endorphins,
Whatever.
man.
You guys are both
Fair
doing
work.
treadmill.
Treadmill, yeah.
Last week I did. This week I'm probably gonna do a little bit more out.
I can't do treadmill. I get too sidetracked.
I prefer being outside because it's
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna run, I'd rather be outside.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little bit harder outside, and so I prefer that. But
I find it. I do think it's easier because the treadmill goes under your feet, but being outside, you're like you can look at things. You can, you know.
Yeah, you're a little more distracted.
There's a lake down by my house that you can run around, and it's like 3/4 of a mile to go all the way around. You just run around that a couple times. It's nice, you know.
Yeah.
You're looking at the lake, you
Yeah.
see people fishing. It's fun.
See, I like the treadmill because a lot of the times the Red Sox games start at 4. So that's typically from 4 to 7's when I run. So if I put on the Red Sox game,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
not
listen
bad.
and watch.
you're good to go.
And I'm like, oh shit, 20 minutes is up, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, boom, done.
Just got to distract the brain, man.
Exactly. When I listen to music, it's bad because I'm just like, I consistently look at it.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
this
that's
song
the other
over
thing.
yet? Is this song over? Because
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
one song's about, you know, a quarter of a, depending on a short song, but something like that. So watching
Yeah,
the Red Sox game is,
Back to podcast news. We're still entertaining the 4th guest.
yep.
Yes.
Um,
we have the
we've
equipment.
reached out. We have the equipment. We're ready to go. We've reached out to a couple people. We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, if you think you're worthy of being in the hitting
Yeah.
cleanup,
Come into
by
the
all
gauntlet.
means,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no,
if
but
you
let
have
us
any,
know.
and if you have any ideas, what's the best Instagram?
I would say Instagram's the
Instagram,
best. Yeah,
direct message is probably
yeah.
the best.
Hit us up with a DM.
Or if you, if you know us personally, text us.
Slide
I've had a lot of
those
those.
DMs.
Those are good.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're stockpiling ideas because we can always use more.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So.
We have a lot, but it's nice to hear from people that actually have listened to it.
Yeah.
And we are getting some listeners. I'm actually very, I don't want to say surprised, but definitely pleasantly surprised. Like, one of our videos has almost 200 views.
There we go.
Now, a lot of that's probably my dad refreshing the page, making sure that we're live. But still, I think the coolest thing, though, that's happened to me with this is our month-long challenges. I was in the bar the other night, and literally 3 different people came up to me and said, because of you guys, me and my girlfriend, or just me, or whatever, are doing a month-long challenge.
I love that.
And they've been of all different things. They all aren't
Yeah.
doing exactly what we're doing, but
Anything is great.
yeah, some people have adopted
Challenge
what
yourself.
we're doing, but I just think that's so fucking cool. Like,
That's sweet.
That brings a smile to my face. That's
Yeah.
cooler than anything, I think.
I agree. Yeah, that's
It's really cool. We got to think about next month, but we'll talk about that next
All
week.
right.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you
So,
want to introduce the
this
topic there,
week-
Cam?
Wait. Can I do my little?
Oh, yeah.
little
Yeah.
Can I
Alright.
do for all the Game of Thrones people out there?
R.I.P.
Um,
R.I.P.
I know Ryan hasn't finished yet, so this is no spoilers. Don't worry about any spoilers.
Gary died.
Yeah, Gary, fuck that guy.
Gary.
I just want to give my opinion on this season and the series as a whole, because I guess I'll just start from here.
This is something, sorry to interrupt, near and dear to your heart for the folks that don't know. This
And-
is like,
And that's where I was going to lead off. Is I don't know if I've ever been more captivated by a television show, cultural phenomenon, the way that I've been engrossed in Game of Thrones. The series, despite what you think about how the last 2 seasons played out, they were extremely rushed. You kind of got some character arcs and characters that didn't really act the way their tropes had built out. But through all that, I'm on Twitter. People bitch and complain all the time about how terrible this was. The acting was incredible. The cinematography, kind of the stuff you got to see in season 7, 8 from a CGI standpoint and just a visual standpoint, you'll never see on television ever again. So I guess what I would say is thank you for the run, and please, people, quit your bitching and just appreciate what you got to be involved in. Don't forget, if you're a fan, why you fell in love with the show. If you're not, you're gonna have to find something to.
Naked ladies.
Yeah, that's a big play in seasons 1 through 5.
it's a strong start.
Yeah, but just enjoy the ride that we were all able to be a part of on A Dragon's Back, and thank you, because that truly was amazing.
Tybo, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
I shed a tear.
I almost started watching it.
I actually
just because
thought
of
about
that.
you on Sunday night. I was like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Tybo's at home a little bit emotional right now.
You know those pillows they give you to hug?
Yeah.
I bought one just for Sunday night.
A therapy pillow.
Yeah, a therapy pillow.
All right. R.I.P.
Well, hang in there, Tybo.
R.I.P.
I'm doing my best.
G.O.T.
Watch Chernobyl. Amazing.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Is it?
Amazing.
I started that one.
Okay.
Amazing.
So we went with this week, kind of a little off the wall one, but it's a lot of fun to think about. Top 5 crimes you'd commit if you wouldn't get caught or hurt.
Ever. I really like this one. I think this is going to be a fun one. I think an important thing, an important caveat to this is that your moral compass is in play.
Yeah, you're still
Okay,
the
it's-
same person.
So you have to live with whatever that you do.
Yes.
So that's a big thing to consider, I think.
If you want to be a raper, you can be a raper,
Yeah.
but
You have to live with it.
Not up my alley.
No, it didn't make my cut either.
No.
Yeah, that was not on my top
Yeah.
5. Okay, so I'm leading it off, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, my list is brought to you by Amway Global.
There you go.
Yeah, you can come to one of our business meetings, and we can sign you up for the business, and you can be, a part of the group. Do you
Can I
guys
make-
know what Amway is?
Can
Yeah,
I
I
make a
do.
lot of money doing it?
You can make
Yeah.
a ton of money. You'll retire. I'm gonna say 6 months. You grind.
Does
You can-
Amway own
Double
Cutco
diamond.
knives?
You could be triple diamond.
I don't know if they do. Yeah, you'll be triple black diamond. No one will want to ski down your
But have
slopes.
you seen a couple of the guys that are real high up? They are filthy fucking rich.
Yeah, there's one in our town.
There's one up there. He has a golf course in his front yard.
Yeah,
So
different dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying you can't be successful with it, but
somebody is.
it'll make sense once I get to my number 1. Until we have real sponsors. One day we will.
Yeah.
One day we will have
Eventually.
real sponsors. We'll make a little bit of money, and then we'll just reinvest it and do a tour bus. We'll start saving for a tour bus.
There we go.
All right, number 5 is kind of a fun one. I would break into, I guess, Augusta National and play 18
It's a good
holes.
one.
Just, because you're never, we've talked about it before, like, no amount of money can buy you around at Augusta.
No.
Nope.
And so it would just be a fun one. Number 4, rob the Bellagio, Ocean's 11 style, me and my buds. And it's not even about the money, it's just about the story. Like, I'd love to be sitting around a campfire and be like, yeah,
It's a little bit about the money.
not so much because my some of my other ones are going to take care of that.
Can I rob it with you?
Yeah, no, you guys are in it.
Can I be the
Oh,
Brad
man.
Pitt guy?
Yeah, we're going George Clooney, Brad Pitt,
I want to be the guy that blows stuff up.
you and me. And he's the guy in the
Don
van.
Cheadle.
The guy in
Don
the-
Cheadle.
He's the guy in the van.
Perfect.
just-
I look just like him.
Yeah. Makes all the sense in the world. But yeah, like me and some of my buddies, and we just walk out with bags of cash from the Bellagio.
Like it.
And no one ever knows but us and everyone that we tell, because we would tell everyone.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't get caught, but other
Yeah.
people would know. That's kind of the fun part about this
Okay.
whole thing.
I like it.
Number 3, I would round up all of the homeless in America, and I'd put them in a camp.
An internment camp, essentially.
I will put them in a camp. We can expand on that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we might.
But for the sake of suspense, all I'm going to say right now is I'm going to round up all the homeless, whether they like it or not, and that is the crime in it. I'm going to be forcing people to do something they don't want to do, some of them, and put them in a camp. Number 2, I'm going to start a vigilante group, and we're going to do a bunch of different shit. Like, think Batman.
like a night watch.
Like vigilante
yeah, like
things.
Night Watch, like the Night's Watch, man.
Well, no, they protect the realm, though.
Yeah, I'm going to protect the realm.
Oh, I wasn't talking
Oh.
about that.
Oh, okay.
I was
we
talking
might-
about the movie Night Watch with
Nights?
Vince Vaughn, where they fight aliens.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
terrible,
yeah.
terrible movie.
That's
I
a
know.
great movie when they're
Well,
in the
until the-
Costco.
until
when
the
they're in the
end.
Costco.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
actually
that's a great
seen
movie.
that. I was singing Game of Thrones, and the way I envision it is Batman. I'm going to protect the realm, Tybo, but
Okay.
we might have to kill some people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to do what you got to do.
Bad guys.
we can play that out.
Yeah.
We're going to play a lot of these out.
Okay.
They're
I like,
fun.
Yeah, we can save it.
Number 1, a Ponzi scheme. I would start a Ponzi scheme that specifically targets rich scumbags. And they would never know because they can't catch me because I would never get caught.
Yeah.
And I would have an endless funnel of money from assholes.
Birdie Madoff, but don't get caught.
Exactly. But I would target
But don't do the old
specifically-
people thing.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't target good people. Like Warren Buffett seems like a good guy to me. I probably wouldn't target him.
Yeah.
But like
Donald
dicks,
Trump.
I probably wouldn't target him personally. Maybe just a little bit. Like I would take a little bit.
Just
from
a little-
everyone.
just a
But
little bit?
But there's some dudes that I would just bleed dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd have to do
That
some
super
research.
rich guy that jacked up the price on the AIDS medicine. Get
Yes, him, and then the
Martin
people,
Shkreli.
like a lot of big pharma guys for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
and the people that jacked up the prices on EpiPens.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
All
know,
those assholes.
Yeah, like the dudes that aren't so much like the philanthropic guys. Like
Hey, listen-
Elon Musk, I would never do because I
No.
think he's a good dude. You know,
Yeah.
Trying to make the world better.
And so I like guys like that, but the real assholes. And I would do a ton of research and like interview family members and just like figure out like what dicks do I really
How do
want
I
to
get
just
this cocksucker?
I just want to like slit his money bag throat, theoretically, and then I would have all that money and I could do with it what I want. I would feel great about that because I feel like I would help more people than those assholes.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
like that.
committing a lot of crimes here, but I think I'm also doing a lot of
Aren't we
good.
all?
So I might.
You're
if-
kind of a vigilante in all of your picks.
If I would,
Yeah.
if I were to get caught, I'd spend multiple life sentences, but I could
You're not gonna
also
get caught.
maybe get, a peace prize.
All right.
All right.
So that's
I
what I,
like
got.
'em.
That's why Amway,
Yeah.
the Ponzi.
Got it.
Yeah, all right,
Got
that
it.
makes sense.
All right, so my top 5, I tried to look for a specific brand of crowbars. Couldn't really find one. I guess I'm sure there are different brands,
Um,
but
I don't know if there's any,
K-
like,
I think
strong
K-Bar-
branded-
I think
that's what I'm going to say.
K-Bar
I-
makes one.
I don't really know how difficult it is to
There's-
make a crowbar to really make a niche in that market, so I'm just going
I
to bring
bet you
this.
there's like one or two out there.
I don't
that
think
Yeah.
there's any
maybe.
like Nikes of crowbars.
Exactly. So this is brought to you just by crowbars in general because I'm going to be doing a lot of B&Es.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is I'm breaking into Tom Cruise's house, and we can get into that later.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out what you're gonna do in there.
Oh, I'm gonna get him. Number 4.
You have something very strong against Scientology.
I fucking hate Scientologists, dude. I fucking hate them. Number 4. I'm gonna round up a group of like Sicario type dudes, like ex-military but very like dirty cop kind of
Yeah.
grimy kind of vibe.
I know exactly.
And we're gonna do like a Zero Dark 30, just assault on a compound of some
Like a Pablo Escobar type.
Mexican Colombian just drug dealer's house, and we're just gonna
Yeah.
Not a Scientology one.
Like the end
mean-
of. Are you gonna do as far as the end of Sicario 1 when he shoots his kids in front of him? Because that's pretty badass.
Possibly. Depends on how much of a dick he is.
Okay.
Because you know what? If you leave the kid alive, the kid's mad about the dad being dead,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, poof, got another Pablo
I don't know if I could
Escobar.
ever kill a kid.
Well, we'll see. If the
Have you
kid-
seen Sicario 1?
If he's mouthing
You
off,
might kill his kids.
if he's mouthing off, I might kill him. Number 3,
Teach their own.
I'm gonna rob a bank under the premise that I'm gonna get into a pretty sweet high speed chase after, and somehow evade him like,
Italian Job.
Italian Job.
That's
or-
a great
Gone in
movie.
60 seconds.
My favorite one is Ryan Gosling in Drive when he's
or
listening to the Clippers game.
Baby Driver.
Baby, I never saw that.
Oh, that's a badass movie.
Or Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby too. So number 3, rob a bank, high speed chase.
Kiev Colombian Bam Bam strapped to the car.
I'm gonna kill the real king of Colombia and Bam Bam at number 4.
Right.
But number 2, I'd get into insider trading. If Martha Stewart can do
was
it,
gonna say-
God damn it, I can do it. And you know what? I am selfish. I'm gonna get filthy rich.
Yeah.
And I may not be Robin Hood. I might just keep
You're
it for
going- yeah,
myself.
you're going
I might
public.
just
Some-
keep it for myself.
yeah.
Who knows? And number 1, another B&E. I'm gonna break into Area 51 because I want to know what's going on.
It's a great pick.
I don't think there's aliens there, but there's definitely some really cool stuff that the government doesn't want us to know about, and I want to know what's in there. So that's my
There
top
you go.
5.
That's a great number 1. That's awesome. Okay, my list is brought to you by Herradura Tequila.
Nailed it.
And that's because I drank so much of it on Saturday. It was my one day of drinking. It made me really happy. It also made me really drunk. So that was fun.
I hate tequila.
Yeah. Oh,
too.
I do hate tequila, but that one is great. It's really easy to
It is
drink.
good. It is
It's really
good.
easy to drink. You put one ice cube in there, and you're having a great time.
The best thing I can say, Cameron made me try some of it. The best thing I can say about tequila was
It didn't taste like throw up.
that it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That's the
True.
best compliment I can give
Very
tequila.
true.
Is it bad or does it taste like ass? It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. You could drink it.
If I had to.
No. All right. So my number 5, I am going to.
What is it brought to you by, Cam?
Herradura.
Sorry. Oh, you already did that. Fuck. I've had too many tequilas.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I was so like worried about you not doing it because you said
I always
earlier.
miss it. I always miss it. Number 5, I'm going to rig or shave or however you want to call it a large sporting event,
I can't wait to
i.e.
talk
Super Bowl, i.e. NBA championship, soccer, whatever thing it is. I want to get a big payday on something like that.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm going to kidnap a world leader or maybe just a big A-list celebrity for ransom and just see how that plays out.
You can take Tom Cruise if you want.
Yeah, he might be on the list. Number 3, this is so foreign to me, which makes it so much more fun, is be like a legitimate hacker. Like a big-time government hack or like a, like a big business hack, and I just, scam, a quarter for every sale they make on Amazon, and I become a bazillionaire.
Oh, so you're going like Office Space route. Yeah.
Or it could be like a, like a voter fraud, or it could be like a, something like that. I could hack the election.
Okay.
That one's so funny to me because I just can't picture you behind a computer.
That's it. That's why it's so fun for me,
Let
because
alone
that's so
hacking
foreign.
something.
Like just banging keys like Hugh Jackman in Swordfish. Okay, and then number 2, I want to do maybe me and one other person an elaborate Hope Diamond I think it's at the Natural History Museum.
It is.
Hope Diamond's heist.
You can count me out. Don't ask me to do that.
I'm going for that. I'm going to steal that thing, and I'm going to get all the money from it. I'm going to sell it on the black market. I'm going to be rich as balls. And number 1, I'm going to be a contract hitman. Whether that's for the mob, or I would probably only do it for bad people if I could pin them down as being bad people.
Probably.
Well, I mean, what if it was like one of you and you wanted me to kill your wives?
I don't have a wife.
Well, if you did,
How do you know though? Because if you're a hitman, you just get a name and you
I'd be
take care of it.
I'd look in depth. I'd be a.
I don't
I'd have
want.
a-
I don't
a
want
conscious-
hitman. I don't want hitman asking questions.
So you'd be a
You gonna
dis-
do
No,
it
I'm
or
not
you're
going to
not?
ask you questions. I'm just going to take your money and then I'm going to look into it myself. Or I might just kill him. I don't know. I trust your guys' judgment.
Doesn't seem legit.
I don't know.
I trust your guys' judgment. So
As
Yeah,
far as
I'm-
I'm concerned, it
I'm
sounds
not
like you have
hiring
like a 2.5 Yelp rating on Hitman.com.
Yeah, you're the type of hitman that like
No,
puts
but
an
I-
ad on Craigslist.
I'm not getting caught though, so I'm safe.
I don't know if you thought that one all the way through, Cam.
No, I did, because I don't get
No, I
caught. I don't get caught. That's my end game.
Okay, we have to assume a little bit like there's a chance that we'd get caught.
I
if we were
also
absolutely dipshits
like
about
the
it.
idea of being a fugitive from somewhat. Like maybe I get in with the wrong mob and I'm not going to get caught.
Well, you can be a part of my vigilante group because it's
Okay.
going to be a lot of fun.
You want to be
Yeah.
part of my? You could be part of my Sicario group. Dude.
Awesome. I'll be part of both, but I'm also going to be a solo hitman,
Oh,
like a.
I feel like you're breaking up the band, man. I don't know.
No, I'll be on your guys' team.
We
But
work
you guys
better
won't-
as a team.
But you guys won't know anything about what I do on the side.
gotcha.
They'll be like, oh, he probably just is a normal guy. But on the side, I'm also doing my side biz
There's something cool about that. This is a real fine line.
about
so
being a hitman.
no, about you doing something and no one knowing.
Yeah.
Ever. So like, I would never. I don't think I could ever kill someone. I mean, I could for sure, but like just for like pure pleasure of killing a random person. But like the serial killers, like the Zodiac, there's something very intriguing
Well,
about
it's mysterious.
no one knowing who he is, and you know that he gets off on that.
And he's walking on the street.
I could understand how that is like,
It's kind of appealing.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. In a weird way, I know it's a fine line what I'm saying right now, but there's something appealing about. Yeah, I kill people and no one has no
Yeah.
idea. I'm just a regular guy at the bar.
Go to your 9 to 5. Hey, what'd you do last weekend, Jerry? Yeah, just kind of hung out at the house. Ate some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know,
I don't think
did
I'm
my
gonna,
thing.
I don't think I'm gonna eat
Had
anyone.
Had a few people over.
Yeah.
Were they
I think I
alive?
would pride myself on being like a
they
silent.
leave?
I'm like a silent, like nobody knew. Like maybe I didn't even shoot him. Maybe I gave him like a little slip of a drink or something, and he was just dead.
Oh,
and everybody's
dude.
like, nobody knows what happened to that guy.
Don't do poison, man. That's pussy.
That's very Game of Thrones of you.
I don't even know what that means, but that's okay.
Don't do poison.
Yeah, I watched The Iceman, and that guy's a badass, and he was like, that was his pride. Like, I got so good at poisoning people, I
Wait,
could
wait,
touch
hold on.
their hand,
Hold
and
on.
they would die.
Oh, never mind.
The Iceman, I don't remember his.
There was a really terrible movie that came out. I thought it was called The Iceman or like The Snowman or something. It was like one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh, the one on
apparently.
the train with
No,
was
It's like
that's-
a horror movie with
no,
like a
that movie
snow-
was terrible. I know what you're talking about.
who cares? It was
Yeah.
but I
I
heard
want to say it was Liam Neeson, but it wasn't. It was.
No, he looked like him,
It
though.
was Fassbender.
yes, Michael Fassbender.
not a good
Yep.
movie.
Yep,
No, I'm gonna be way better than him. I'm gonna
Okay.
be like the actual Hitman video game.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what do we want to get into first? I think the fun part of this is we can actually play out,
Yes.
and then I think the other two guys will have some questions for
All right.
how we play it out.
I'll start.
What are you gonna do with Tom Cruise once you get in there?
I'm not going to do anything to Tom Cruise. The whole premise is that Tom Cruise is not home.
Oh, really?
He's not home.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to hurt Tom Cruise.
He just wants info.
I'm going to go in there and raid information first and foremost. And then I'm going to get real petty. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to...
Shit in his pillow.
No. Now, that seems nice. That seems like a great idea. But what's the first thing Tom Cruise is going to do when he comes home? Someone shit on my pillow. Fuck that. I'm going to do those real petty things. Put all of his toothbrushes in the...
In your asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just after I take a shit, I'm going to put it in the toilet and just put it right back. I'm going to get one of those, like... I'm going to get a Sharpie and, like, draw little curly mustaches under all of his self-portraits that I'm sure he has hanging up in his house. Definitely going to piss on his bed.
Steal that medal.
Oh, yeah. I'm stealing
Stealing the universe medal.
it was the man of the universe
Yeah.
or whatever it is. But I'm going to go in there, number one, to get information. I want to know what he knows because he knows a lot.
I feel like he might not know a lot. I feel like he could be
He
like
definitely knows a lot.
He's just
Does
a
he?
poster child, I think.
I feel like that too. Like they have some dirt on him, and
Like, this is why I don't believe that's the case. And it's one of two ways, so forgive me, I don't remember which way it is. Either David Miscavige, the head of Scientology, was his best man, or he was David Miscavige's
I think probably
best man.
both.
Or both. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. So if you're the best man, or
Yeah.
you have the best man of that organization,
You know some stuff.
You know some shit.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt that he knows a little something that we don't know. But I just want to go in there and just kind of just do some little thing, just kind of make his life a little harder, like maybe take a screw off a door so when he tries to open it, it falls down.
Change all the locks.
Yeah, change all the locks. Just do something that's just minorly inconvenient without causing any harm to him. I won't go as far as to say I want to see Tom Cruise dead,
I was gonna say if you need a hitman,
We know a guy.
but I definitely want to make him just like day after day. He may not find it on day one. He may think he's out of the woods. He brushed his teeth that first time. He goes, that motherfucker, he got me. And on day three,
Then he
something
gets
else.
pink eye.
And then he gets pink eye or whatever it is. But I want to make his life just minorly inconvenient day after day. And I would plot this out. I didn't do a great job plotting right now. But
cut the brakes to a car.
Okay.
that could kill him. But I'd cut a brake. How many brakes?
Yeah,
are
well,
there?
you only got one brake line.
All right, well,
Yeah.
then it's done. I'm not a car guy.
Yeah, that would
All
be
right.
bad.
That's a funny one.
So, but it's mainly to get information.
Mainly to get information about Scientology. 1,000%.
So why his house and not?
Miscavige?
Yeah.
Just because fuck Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, I really just, I've done David Miscavige in the past, and I felt like I've gone in on that, but I really feel like Tom Cruise is a major piece of shit.
Do you like
Because-
Top Gun?
No, because of Tom Cruise.
I think that's a great movie.
Yeah, well,
He has
that's
some
your
good,
opinion.
I mean, he has good movies. You can't be mad at that.
No, but fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna put a dime. Not that he's missing it by me not going to one single movie. He's not missing anything.
Jerry Maguire.
But fuck Tom Cruise. He does have good movies.
Not
a few,
all of
a few good men, amazing movie.
But
But
he's got a couple good ones. He's got really bad ones though too.
that pick was really because I'll be completely straightforward. I had a tough time rounding out this top five. So that was really just a fuck you to Scientology and Tom Cruise in general.
That's just a personal pleasure for you.
Just that gets me hard. That gets me hard.
All right, that's fair. Cam, I want to walk through how exactly what and how you would rig as far as a sporting event, because that's a fun one.
That's what I was gonna ask.
I'm with you on that one.
If
but,
I had to pick,
like, how would you go about it?
if I had to pick, I think the easiest way. Actually, I don't know. Football's so many players, so it'd be tough. I think soccer's probably the easiest.
Disagree.
I disagree too. I think there's two that are by far the easiest.
Basketball's easy
Basketball's the easiest.
because you
in
could
my
shave
opinion.
point.
Basketball and fighting of any
Yeah,
kind.
fighting because you could take a dive.
Obviously, boxing.
Yeah,
or,
I think that's
or
not big
UFC.
enough. I think maybe a UFC is a big enough stage for me. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
bigger stage. I want like Super Bowl stage.
Yeah, but you're not gonna successfully rig. Well, I'm not gonna
That's
say
a-
that.
there's-
You have a lower chance of successfully rigging a football game.
That's what I was saying.
Like
That's a hard
one,
one.
one guy, whether it's a ref
Quarterback
or a player.
could.
Quarterback could.
Basketball or ref can. Obviously, it's been done.
I think as a player, basketball is extremely easy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you got by me. Oh, I missed the
Right.
free throw.
Yeah.
Oh, I made a bad pass.
That's-
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think basketball, like a game 7, that'd probably be my pick.
Yeah, and like
Because I could get into, I mean, with all of my money that I'm going to get from, the Hope Diamond, I could probably make some payments to be like, hey,
So you know what's funny is
Clay Thompson.
when you told me or you told us number 5 was rigging a sporting event, for some reason my mind went, so what are you going to go to 25 years of basketball referee school and just fucking make your way up the
no.
ranks just to
Keep
blow
pushing.
one
I'm gonna be
game?
coaching little. I'm gonna be repping little league
Yeah,
games,
just
and
to
then I'm
make
gonna
your
move
way
up to high school.
lower.
No, I'm gonna do the
Or
I'm gonna
higher.
do the money side, like the olden day side,
Okay.
like
So
the
like
shaving,
the,
like the shaving points.
the Boston College scandal.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
paying those kids any amount of money. You could do a college March Madness.
March Madness.
You could
is
do a March Madness. That's a
lot
big
of money.
platform.
Yeah.
And that might be the easiest one because those kids don't have any money.
Yep. Yeah.
that's a good call. I think
Yeah.
I would do a 16 versus 1 seed.
not enough money in that though. You
Yeah,
gotta,
it's
you
got to
gotta
be
do
the championship game.
Why? Because the odds are crazier. So if you're willing to put down more, and the odds are going to be.
Well, some books won't even let you bet if the money
If
lines
it gets too
is,
crazy,
If
yeah.
the money lines is big,
Plus
or if-
1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, they won't let you. No, that yeah, but I get your point. But yeah, they won't let
I'm
you
just
do
thinking
it.
the multiples higher. Like if you have 10 grand to put down, and you're allowed to put it on either one, and 16 beats one, you're going to want to put it on 16.
Okay, I kind of like
Yeah.
this. The only issue I think, if we're just playing devil's advocate with that, is if you're Duke and you're the 1 seed and you tell Zion to throw it. Maybe that's a bad example because he was good, but you still have 3 other dudes that are 10 times, not 10 times, but infinitely better than
Yeah.
anybody on the 16, and maybe they could just take a game over by themselves.
Well, I see. That's a great point, but I think to the point that I think that you just said is
It's a
they
guarantee.
they have no money, so if you could get 2 college guys, that's almost a guarantee.
you get RJ Barrett and Zion, they say,
Like if
"All
you
right,
could buy
we're in."
if you could buy one, if you
We're
could buy
in.
LeBron,
Yeah,
or you could buy Zion, RJ Barrett, and one other dude,
Cam Reddish.
and a ref.
Yeah,
I mean that you're guaranteed.
I like yours too because it's so early on. You could ruin everybody's bracket.
I like that.
I like
Petty,
it. Yeah,
Petty
it's
as well.
it's petty.
And so you said rig a sporting event. If you could rig the whole bracket to where you bet on every game and your bracket's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what about this? What if you told Brooks Koepka after Saturday, when he was, how many was he up? 7?
Yeah.
I think it was 6.
6 or 7. Throw it, because odds are, if Vegas, I believe Vegas would still let you bet on who's going to win the tournament
Oh, I'm
after a
sure,
3-day
I'm
tournament,
sure.
But then
or after
there's
3 days
so
and
many
4-day
variables
tournament.
though after that.
I mean, it ended up
You'd
being
have to
pretty
take-
close.
It's very easy to tell a golfer to throw a tournament.
No, I mean,
Double
okay,
bogey.
so say I get Brooks into
9
it, right?
That's the most controllable.
You're saying I'm going to bet against Brooks not to win.
Right, but
I don't know if
Brooks
that's
is
a
in,
bet.
Brooks is in your pocket.
I understand that, but I still have
Oh,
to
you
pick
don't
the following.
know
I don't
who's
know
gonna
who's
win.
going to go out and
No, that's-
Francesco Molinari goes and drops a 62 on.
Yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
but
you're
there's
right.
plenty of prop bets out there, and if Vegas doesn't
Yeah.
take him, some shady bookie will.
Oh, some bookie would
I
definitely
mean,
give you odds on.
I just don't think you make the most money off that.
You're right.
That route. I think the college basketball is where you
That's
do it.
where it's at. That's where it's
yeah,
at.
that's where the most money might be at. Or I mean, NBA championship, you could probably get some money.
You could influence the kids or the players the
Easy.
easiest, and there's still a
Or
high,
or
high
a national
volume of
championship
money.
football game. Be harder to do,
See,
but
I think
a quarterback in a national championship game could change the game.
For sure.
A
Yeah, for
quarterback.
sure.
A
Yeah.
quarterback only.
But look at Alabama. Look at a team like Alabama where Jalen Hurts wasn't getting it done 2 years ago.
They
And
pull
then-
'em.
yeah.
They put Tua in,
Yeah.
and it's a whole nother thing. I think
I'd have to get both of them.
if it's a sports,
Or I get the coach.
I don't think Saban's selling out for nothing. But I think if you're talking team sports, basketball is the easiest to do.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
because that's the highest likelihood that you can actually affect.
All individual sports are easy
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
One-on-one sports.
Basketball's just
One-on-one.
so.
Yeah. Not a not a horse race like a golf tournament.
Well, even that's easier in a lot of ways, but yes. I mean, the
Yeah.
easiest is fighting, in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
You-
you could
you
take
take
a
a
dive.
dive.
Take a
Of
dive.
any kind.
dive.
Yeah. So that's
Mike
pretty
Tyson
easy.
take a dive against some schmo, and he's minus,
Yeah.
10,000 or whatever he is.
Right. And
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
know,
would do. I just think it would be
there's always
fun.
big money on that.
I think it would be fun to be on the other end and tell all my buddies, like, hey, man, put the fucking house on this guy.
Yeah, no.
All right.
It's
so Rybo,
it's insider trading for sports.
People pay off their mortgages that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's a feel good. I try
Yeah.
to pick ones that are like feel goods.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because that's going to segue perfectly into my next question.
I knew where you're going. I'm so excited for this.
So Rybo,
Yes.
you seem to be a man in your top 5 picks that wants to do good
Have fun.
for
Have a
to
lot
do
of fun.
good for the common man.
Yes.
So why are you rounding up all the homeless and putting them in a fucking internment camp?
Okay, well,
Can I tell you a couple questions that I have to ask you about how this is going to work, first of all, logistically?
yes, but real fast, let me just say one thing. I said I want to round up all the homeless, whether they want to or not, and that is the crime. I'm admitting that.
Kidnapping.
In a camp. I'm not saying internment camp. I said a
But
camp.
no. But it's not like we were out killing Japanese in the 50s. They still rounded them up against their will, and what did you call those? Internment camps.
I didn't call them anything because I wasn't born. I'm calling this a camp.
They were called internment camps.
There's
They're
summer
taking
camps. I mean,
Yeah.
there's all different kinds
Oh,
of camps. I'm saying I
Yeah,
want
are
to
you
create
putting
a
are you
camp.
putting
All right,
carnival rides there? or-
logistically, how are you mapping this
No,
out?
Well,
I don't even want to know
I-
that.
I
I
interrupted
know how you
Cam,
can
so
do.
I
I
wanna
know
let him
how you
talk.
can do it. You can just do it. I mean, you could just set up you could send a National Guard to go fucking pick up everybody. But this is my problem with it. This is my one problem with it. Mental illness.
Okay, and that's
Okay,
fair.
so what percentage would you say? I mean, I don't have a pinpoint number, but I do think a lot of them are sick, and a lot of them it's not necessarily.
This is very anti-military as well.
Well, okay. Let me first say this. I appreciate you guys jumping to conclusions. That's why I left it open-ended, and I wanted you to do that. But it's also not fair that you're jumping to conclusions.
Well,
because
you said all of them.
I haven't. Yes, every single.
Okay, so you have
homeless person.
doctors on.
Every single homeless person.
Yeah. Okay. That's my only question because that's the only
Yeah.
issue I have with it because I'm all for it. The people that are fucking lazy and just don't want to get it done and just
Right.
Want to live a. California's great for the homeless. I get it. It's awesome.
California
But
is good to the homeless.
But my
They
one problem is like a lot of the people that are homeless in LA is because we got rid of the mental health institution there and we just let them all go.
Right. So I was at quick little sidebar. Haley and I were at the Eric Church concert this past weekend in downtown LA.
Yeehaw.
Driving out on Sunday morning, headed back home, going through South Central. And it's sad, man. It's like a war zone. And people
yeah.
just like literally living on the streets, nowhere to shit, nowhere to piss. They're maybe getting 1 square meal a day, and if they are getting other meals, they're not high quality. They're not getting the meds they need. They're not getting the treatment they need. They walk around literally like zombies, dude. I
yeah.
was walking through, and it felt like The Walking
They
Dead.
have clean needle programs there.
It's
Like to support their I mean I understand that. I mean
I think it's good.
It's good and it's
Yeah.
bad. I mean it's
They're going to use them either way.
they're
bro.
going to use it. Yeah, why
Yeah.
not give them the option?
yeah. So it
Okay,
is
so
crazy.
how
It's
are we
definitely an
going to
epidemic.
decipher who
Everyone's going. Yeah, that's.
and
not a
then when
question.
you get there
even war veterans, you're going to throw them in there.
Yes. When you say throw, that has a bad connotation. They're going to be welcomed into my
charter
camp.
buses or like yellow
What if
buses?
they don't want to go?
Oh, that's the crime.
That's the crime.
Kidnap.
They don't have a choice.
But you're going to have to throw them in if they don't want to go. They're not just going to be like,
Did you ever see
"La-di-da."
Did you ever see Wild Wild Country documentary?
Yes.
On that- one of the craziest documentaries ever.
That
Well,
was-
anyways,
That's the one
that-
with like the guru.
the guru, yeah, but well, they round up
It's wild.
homeless people to bring to a town, and then they let them. They basically built a camp for them, and they said, all you have to do is come here and vote, so we can take over this town. We'll give you food, we'll give you whatever, and then they
It's
get
wild.
there and they fucking lose their minds.
I'm not
They-
talking about any of that. Although being a cult leader would be fun.
That would be awesome.
That almost made my list.
And that was I know you
Yeah.
were thinking about it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good enough to make my top 5, but it'd be fun if you did it with the right.
I feel like
I'm,
it's the
I'm
same as
not
a
letting you
Ponzi
off the
scheme.
hook.
No,
with
I don't want
the
you to.
military vets.
I don't want you
We
to.
could go sidebar all day.
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
letting you off.
What
the
do they
hook.
do once they get there?
Here's my thought.
Okay.
So, I would also do this with prisoners. Most prisoners, not all prisoners, but like low-level prisoners, the guys that are sitting in jail for selling a bag of weed, or even like, like breaking
give
an
that guy a
entry,
job.
or yeah, I mean, there's a you
No,
can-
selling me weed is his job.
Oh. Entrepreneurs can learn a lot from drug dealers.
There's
Side
a lot of them are successful.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of like principles that are the exact same that you can learn from. But okay, here's my thought. Homelessness is for sure an issue, right? It's
Absolutely.
not good for crime. It's not good for overall. And I don't say this from a judging standpoint. It's not good for overall cleanliness, safety of a city, drug use, all those things. Like we all agree on that. Those are facts,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
We also spend, and I should have looked this up before. I came ill prepared. That's my fault. But I think it's something like it's $60,000 a year to keep someone alive in jail. Right, which
Yeah.
is taxpayer dollars,
Yep.
right? Okay. Meanwhile, we're behind China and all these other countries in production and things like that. So I'm trying to get creative. So here's my thought: you round up all the homeless, whether they like it or not. I get it. I know that's tough to get over, but they're coming to my camp. We have plenty of land in this country, okay, and it's a nice camp.
So you took over a country too?
This country.
in our country.
I'm kidding.
I would love to. That'd be fun. And it's a nice camp, okay? It's a clean bed, which no one in South Central that's homeless has. There's facilities, meaning toilets and toiletries, and there's 3 square meals a day, okay? They're staying alive, so they're eating. Now, they're eating McDonald's and
How are we funding this?
7-Eleven hot dogs and shit. Taxpayers.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it's from all my Ponzi scheme money. Okay, but here's the thing is, I believe, and obviously I haven't ran all the numbers because there's no way that I can possibly do that as one human, but I believe that at the end of the day, it will be a lower cost to society. And here's my thought. They come into the camp. It's not an internment camp. It's not, I'll have another. Thank you. And I think Tyba will too. Yeah, it's just getting good.
Safe assumption, if I want to be.
So they come there, they get step 1, make them feel like a human again. Haircut,
Despite the fact you kidnapped him.
yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to do shit that's hard to make us better.
Kill people.
Sometimes
And-
you got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
It's like when you're, 4 years old in preschool and you do something bad, you go to timeout because you got to learn something. I'm not saying you treat homeless people like preschoolers, but the point is that sometimes you have to be forced to do something
Structure.
you don't like to be better. And sometimes that has to come from someone that is not you. Okay?
Fair.
So step 1 is make them feel like a human again. Haircut, clean shave, decent clothes, 3 square meals, a place to actually shit and wipe your ass, and it flushes. A place to get a decent night's rest. Okay? That's step 1. Step 2 is you have a list of trades or skills that they can choose from. Okay? You want to be a cook? I'm not saying you turn into a CEO out of this camp. That's not what it's intended for. But you want to become a cook? We can teach you that. You want to become a carpenter? We can teach you that. Mechanic? We can teach you that. Okay? Nothing crazy, but you learn. And for 6 months or whatever it is, you learn. And you get square meals and all of that. Okay? You can't drink. You can't do any drugs other than everyone gets a psychology test, a mental evaluation. If they need drugs for that or any type of health, diabetes, whatever it may be, they get it. Okay? All provided. Also, if they need counseling, therapy, PTSD, all that stuff for the veterans, they get it. They get all of it. And then once they're ready to go out into the real world, if you will, they leave the camp. This beautiful camp, right? It's a nice camp.
Yeah.
I got to
And-
imagine there's palm trees and all this.
Yeah, it'll be in the desert. And so they go out there, and the rule is that they find a job. We help them find a job. We place them in a job, right? And as long as they do that and they stay clean, based on
I like this too because
You
you're
know.
going to get a tax refund for hiring or giving. I see,
Right.
I see your angle.
It all goes back.
Goes back to you getting money.
Okay, so
I
we're
gotcha.
so we're well. No,
Greedy
I'm
fuck.
no. I'm not. I'm not.
Well, there's a
getting
lot
any
of
money.
programs where you can. I mean,
This is all taxpayer funded. Every single bit of it.
I understand that, but
This is
you
not
are
a
going to
private
get
entity.
a private entity.
I don't want it.
Okay.
That's not part of my
You
plan.
know who would be totally against this?
Who?
Your father.
He loves it. I already ran it through with him.
He's willing to give up his taxpayer money.
So let me finish. Well, it's going to end up being less. We're paying 60 grand for a low-level drug dealer to stay in prison, okay? And we have all this cost to society with people. If people stopped giving a homeless guy $5 so he can go shoot up and like ultimately hurting his life and started funding this program, okay? And then if they go out and they relapse, they got to come back. They got to get right. I'm not saying you keep them there forever. It's a transition.
homeless
camp.
jail.
It's a transition. It's not a jail. It's a transitional camp.
It's a homeless jail that you have to go.
So
Okay, and
This
so
is my
you-
first question.
you
How
keep-
long do you
you
think
keep
that
it-
camp's going to be nice? Because those people are accustomed to
Well, yeah, that's
destroying things.
Well, that's why step one is make them feel like a human again. Nobody
why
likes
do you
to.
say those people?
Oh Lord.
because I'm
not-
saying those people.
Cam, you can't tell me that at the deep down, yes, they're accustomed to it. They've been conditioned to be where they're at, but no one deep down wants
You
to
also
sleep in their own shit.
You also
on the streets
uprooted.
of
You
South
also
Central.
uprooted them because there is some people
I don't
that,
care.
that
That's-
want to stay.
and that's the crime. I don't care.
I understand that, but you
It's for
have
the
to.
greater
You
good.
also have to understand that some of those people
Of man.
chose to live that way.
I don't give a shit. That's the
But
crime.
that's
And I-
why I'm saying they're not going to respect your camp once they get there.
Okay, and they stay in the camp, but I'm
so there
arguing-
has to be a prison in the camp.
I'm believing in
Agreed.
the, and that's okay. And that's the part that's a crime, and I'm okay with that because I think it's for the greater good. And I personally believe if you legitimately make someone feel like a human again and give them a path to be successful and provide for themselves, 80% of people will take
I
advantage
agree.
of that.
I'm just playing.
No,
devil's
no, no.
advocate, yeah.
I get it, but
I think it's a very charitable and a great idea. But your heart's in the right place. Now, the only qualm I have with what you've said is the no alcohol or no drugs part, because people go through relapses.
Yeah, you have to give them. You have to give them what they need.
You have to. I mean, alcohol. People that are heavy alcohol abusers, if you cut them off from alcohol,
die.
they will die.
Yeah.
They will die.
okay. So I see what you're
So
saying.
you have to have medical professionals there to
Absolutely.
to let them come down off there,
And
whatever
that's-
drugs are
So
on.
if it's a strict no drug, no alcohol policy, I don't know if that'll work because
Well,
you're
no.
going to kill a bunch of people.
Okay, and that's a fair point, but I'm talking about eventually, and
Yeah.
that's part of step one to making them
Okay.
feel like a human again.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to get that out there, like, because
No-
that could
no.
be a potential issue.
No, it's a great point, but you can't tell me that the natural state of a human is someone that's high on heroin. Okay, but I also understand that.
You ever
hardcore-
tried heroin? I'm
No.
just kidding, neither have I.
Me neither.
But I do understand that. I'm not trying to put these people in a bad medical position, but and I realize that it'll take time. But it's a lot better than, empowering them to have a shitty life, and they have been conditioned to think that they're worthless. And so I'm trying to condition them to understand. You can be a part of society. You can be a taxpayer, not a tax burden. You can be a good person. You can have people that love you. You don't have to sleep in your own shit on the streets of South Central.
What percentage of those people do you think are going to understand the message and go along with your plan?
That's the part that I don't care about. I don't care if they understand.
So okay. So you're going to end up, if I had to guess,
That's
if
a
I was
crime.
if I was going to put a number on it, I'm guessing 50% of them say, "Go fuck yourself. I'm going to revolt in this place."
Okay, so 50% of them say that, but at the end of the day, if you had 100 people that actually went through that program that I described,
And 50 got better.
okay, so you're saying that at the end, we're still ahead. We're
No,
still,
you are, you
we're
are.
still way
are.
ahead.
But then, but then you end up with 50 more people in jail at $60,000 a pop. That would have been on the street.
Or you have to pay armed guards. Essentially, you're.
Oh, there's a lot of moving parts. Yeah,
Well,
I know what you're
I
saying.
And
probably
I,
just
I
pay your
understand this is an extremely intricate
Yes.
situation. We're nitpicking now. We're picking nits,
Yeah.
and that's. I'm playing devil's advocate. And just,
No,
I
it's
think
good.
I think it's a great idea.
Well, I would hire your Sicario group to watch over all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so after
Bro.
I explained it, what are your thoughts?
I stand by what I said. I think it's a great idea, but at the same time, you got to understand that you are uprooting every homeless person in America
Yeah, it's a big
away
job.
from their home, away from their home.
They
Not
don't
every
have one.
fucking. What
you
are
know
you
what's
talking
crazy
about,
is
dude?
when you see like homeless people like in places where they shouldn't be. Like, have you ever been to
It's a long
You got
hike.
nothing. Yeah, you could get there.
Temecula's perfect if you're homeless.
Absolutely.
perfect.
The weather's awesome. I mean, it gets cold a little bit, not that bad.
No.
It's 150,000 degrees in Palm Springs in the middle of summer. And it's like,
It
dude,
can
you
be.
couldn't pick anywhere else.
That's why I feel bad for like when we went through that. And I don't want to stick on this topic too long, but like the people that were in Chicago, the homeless people
It froze.
that were in that.
It's
like,
unbelievable.
God,
It's
man,
crazy.
like it broke my heart.
Dude, when there
like-
was the fires here, I mean, probably a decade ago now, but you know the wash over there on the west side of Old Town?
Yeah.
Yep.
Those people didn't leave.
Wiped
They
out.
stayed there. They got burned to death.
Because you know why? That's their home. It may not seem like a home to us or to 99% of people, but to those people, that is their home. Those are their friends.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are the closest to family that probably most of them have
But
in their life.
do I think uprooting them from that home life that they think is normal is good? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do too.
I do too.
I do too.
Yeah, I think
It
that-
also depends on your definition of home. And
It's
that's
not
a
my
home-
definition. That's my point. It's their definition.
Right. Well, I understand that. I think we all probably have a different definition of home, right? In my mind, home is like the way I would describe it is where you're missed when you're not there.
And-
And I don't know. I think I've never been, thank God. I'm all for uprooting them, putting them in my whatever you want to call it camp, Ribos summer camp. They can all be there. It's a 4 seasons thing, but I think at the end of the day, it would do more good.
I agree that it would
Yeah.
do more good in the long term. But
So yeah, I'm all in.
I'm not a homeless expert, but I think a lot of those people probably feel like in your
Community,
wash,
yeah.
that is their community. That's where
Oh,
they're missed.
I'm sure.
That's where they're missed.
I'm sure. And I go back to the preschool thing. It's like when you take a piece of candy that you're not supposed to, like you feel great about that. Like I got that, but you're not supposed to do that. And I'm not saying that they have a choice to be homeless. And so I don't want you to think like that. But
what about people that like go and live like off the grid life in the woods? Are they getting rounded up too, or are they just
No.
allowed to do their thing?
they're allowed to do their thing.
So now you're picking that their life is different because they live in the woods and you don't have to see them.
They're not a burden on society.
Okay, all right, I got.
Yeah.
Good answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
good answer.
They're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And
Did you hear about the story of the? He was. I don't know the state, but he was in the Northeast.
He was the bandit that
He
stole
was-
the plane and
he-
shit.
No. Yeah, he was a hermit, and he lived for 10 to 20 years, literally just breaking into people's houses.
Yeah.
And living self-sufficiently.
Is that
now,
the one?
granted,
Is that the one where they would like they knew what he liked?
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew what he liked, and they would like
They would
they
just leave
wouldn't
it
get
out.
like they wouldn't get like Budweiser because they knew he would steal it. But if they got Bud Light, he wouldn't steal it. He only wanted like the good beer, like the leaded shit.
He lived that way for
Yeah.
that's funny.
10
Yeah.
to 20 years.
Yeah.
Is that guy homeless?
Yeah, he's a burden on society.
But the people liked him.
Yeah, they did.
got-
They would like leave peanut butter and shit out
Yeah,
for him.
they
were-
liked him.
In
They
my-
knew he wouldn't like necessarily break into the house and steal anything. He wasn't really but he was stealing. He was breaking the law.
That's an interesting one because
You're not gonna be able to find him, so you're good. He's not really on your radar. You're
Yeah.
talking more cities and,
And the entire-
urban environments.
Assuming he's clean and not distributing drugs or anything like that,
Nope,
and he has a
wasn't.
good system with the people in the community. I wouldn't round that guy up.
And I know, again, we're
Yeah.
nitpicking here.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I mean, that's kind of the point of big ideas. You should nitpick them.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I don't want to work at the camp. I don't
Yeah,
want
me
to.
neither.
No, me neither.
Oh, I did have one question.
When am I running for president? Good
Yes.
question, Tybo.
2024. When you're giving them toiletries,
Thank you, Missy.
are you giving them straight toilet paper or your guys' favorite product?
The dude wipes.
One
Yeah.
wipe Charlie's.
Well, you're a one wipe
Oh,
Charlie.
yeah,
I'm
I forgot you guys are divided.
I get the cheap ones at Walmart. They're $2.49. They'll have those. They're cheap.
The cheap ones? I got to pay for that shit?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
At the
Give
end of the
them
day,
toilet paper.
at the end of the day, you're gonna
Give
be,
them one ply as far as
What
I'm
is this,
concerned.
fucking
at the end of,
Bosnia?
that's not like you, Tybo. That's not
This
like
is
you.
one ply. If it's coming out of my pocket,
At the end of the day, it'll cost you less. Don't worry. I got an Excel spreadsheet to show you when we're done.
I love Excel spreadsheets. Let's go.
So do I. All the formulas.
Yes.
So both of our Bellagio break-in and Hope Diamond are kind of the same idea.
No. Your Hope Diamond.
I do have some
might-
questions about the Hope Diamond.
Your Hope Diamond one might be one of my least favorite picks that have ever been on this show.
Why?
My question.
You're scared of it? You're scared of...
What do you do with it? What do you do with it?
I'm going on the black market. I'm not getting caught. I can sell it. I can wear it around.
Okay, but I don't want to nitpick, but we're kind of on that theme. Your pick was to steal the Hope Diamond.
It was
and you're not going to get caught that,
large
but you might
heist.
But you might get caught, right? But you might get caught selling it.
No, I took that into account that I wasn't going to get caught.
Okay, so you're assuming you're not going to get caught selling.
It to Vladimir Putin.
He probably wouldn't tell anyone.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to sell it to like
Just don't text him.
Kim Jong Un.
Just don't
I'd
text him.
I'd hit up Rodman. And I'd be like, hey, dude, I got this thing.
Yeah.
He's really gonna want this.
Okay, so on your next rocket,
Yeah.
make it so only the Hope Diamond will detonate it, and you
Yeah.
have to put it in.
Yeah.
The Hope Diamond.
I'll sell it to Mr. Freeze
I
from.
want to hear Tyvo's take on this.
He's
He
scared
seems
of it.
He seems pretty passionate about this.
Because it's cursed.
I don't care about that.
It's
I don't believe
cursed.
in that.
Well, you don't have to believe in it, but every single person that has had or been in possession of the Hope Diamond has died of unnatural causes until it's been in the Smithsonian.
And we don't want you to die, Cam.
No, I'm not gonna die.
How are you going to kill people as a
I died.
hitman?
I'll beat that shit. I'm not worried about it.
That is ridiculous.
I don't believe in curses. I'll carry a lucky rabbit's foot with me.
You're going to need 40 of those things, dude.
That's fine. I'll wear them as a keychain. I'll make a rabbit's foot necklace to hold my Hope Diamond.
I just don't. It is on record
I
that
understand.
every single person that has been in possession of that since the early fucking 1400s, 1500s
I'm not worried about those
has
people.
died.
Those people didn't have the internet.
I have the internet. I'm
No,
looking
I know,
it up.
I know, but that's people from then. They're like, oh yeah, I got hit by a car when I was walking across the street by a fucking wagon.
Ever heard
I'm
of
not-
King Louis XIV? Dead.
They're all dead from the 1400s, I would hope.
I said of unnatural causes.
I'm gonna die of unnatural causes anyways. I'm not getting killed by the Hope Diamond. That's not taking me out.
All right, steal
I'm
the
gonna
Hope Diamond.
I'm gonna
whatever.
steal it. It's gonna be like an entrapment. You've ever seen Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery?
No.
Where they train to go through the fucking lasers and shit. That's gonna be me. It's gonna be awesome.
I know it's a cool.
I'm gonna be smoking cigarettes and blowing them on the lasers.
Yeah, that's what Tom Cruise would say. You know, it'd be cool, man, if in this we just came
Yeah.
down, but I avoided all the laser beams.
No, his are Lando.
Are you Tom Cruise?
Too tall.
You want it?
Way too tall.
You are too tall.
It just seems like fun. It's a fun little getaway for the weekend. You know, steal the Hope Diamond.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out some. The Garage Band said system overload for I think just a couple minutes, but we'll just I don't know. What
Oh,
it is.
maybe the Hope Diamond cursed it.
That's what I'm saying,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Telling you.
Maybe I'm not supposed to steal it. No, I'm still stealing it.
Telling you. You bring up the Hope
Yeah,
Diamond,
I'm
and
gonna
here
get
we
Catherine
are.
Zeta-Jones with me.
I'm just
The shit
canceling
ain't no
everything.
joke. The
Yeah.
shit-
I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna sell it to Kim
Are we
Jong Un.
still live, or are we out?
Actually, okay, this goes
Yeah,
back
no, we're-
into
we're-
my kidnapping a world leader. I'm gonna go to sell the Hope Diamond to Kim Jong, and I'm gonna fucking kidnap him, and he's gonna be my prisoner,
Who?
and he's gonna Kim Jong Un.
No. I'm sorry. I know that came out as who, but I said ooh.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get him. He'll be my ransom person.
All right, should we?
That'll just be. I mean,
He's your number one.
no, I'm just saying. I was just tying it into that the Hope Diamond. I'm gonna steal it and sell it. To
Well,
him.
that was my question.
Vladimir Putin would be good.
Who's your
But
number one?
He beat the shit out of me though. That guy can fucking. I heard he can
he
fight.
would wreck you.
Um,
So who's your number one?
it's got to be a world leader. I think the A-list celebrity is not really a big thing to me.
You're talking about the kidnap.
Yeah,
Okay, is it just for ransom? Because or
it's more of like a.
Is it a political?
it could be a political-
sociological.
Yeah, it could be
What
all
kind
of
of
it.
statement is
All of
it?
it. Kim Jong Un is a good one
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
because then I would
fuck
hit.
North
Because then
Korea.
I would hitman him. It would all get tied all in together.
But if you're gonna hitman him, why go through the trouble of kidnapping him?
Well, I'd want to fuck with him for sure. The guy's an awful person. I'd go.
I think you mainly want the money.
I'd go law-abiding citizen on his ass.
that's a great movie.
Yeah. I'd pump him full of adrenaline, cut off his fingers and shit, cut off his eyelids so he couldn't close his eyes.
If you could kidnap one person, who would you kidnap?
Oh, can I marinate on that for a little bit?
Sure.
Is it going to be
Yeah.
a celebrity? Or is it going to be a
A
world leader?
Mine's
it'd probably
Ezekiel
be
Elliott.
If him?
No, that's what my gut's saying. Maybe because I was looking at your Ohio State pullover, but
Jerry Jones isn't a bad ransom guy either. He's got some
No,
money
I
to throw.
just
He's
hate
got some money to
Ezekiel.
back him.
I hate Zeke.
Cowboy fans got a lot of money to back him. It's not a bad move.
I really want to think about this, and as soon as that light bulb clicks, I'll let you guys
See,
know.
I just went rapid fire. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
But
That's such a strange pick.
Yeah, Zeke is
well, you
is
start
very
thinking
odd.
about it.
Zeke is
He's,
very
a,
odd.
he's an asshole.
I think I would definitely go political leader. I'd
Can
have
you
to.
expand on?
Yeah, so I was in Dallas one time. I have a good buddy that lives there, and we were in a club, and he was there, and he had bottle service, but one of his friends was friends with my friend. Okay, so we go over there, not even trying to mooch off his bottle service, not trying to be that guy, nothing. I just like said hello to everyone there, like shook their hands, and I knew who he was, but I'm not that guy.
Was
to
he
be
in
like,
college then, or was he
"Hey."
playing for the Cowboys?
He was in OTAs for the Cowboys. So, just in
Okay.
that transition. So he's a
Okay.
dude, right? He's a dude.
As far as I know.
But I'm not. He may not be. Fuck that guy. I should cuss less because this might be a good one. So Zeke is sitting there with all his buddies, and I'm not the guy that walks up and is like, "Hey, let me get a selfie."
Would you have gone over there if Zeke wasn't sitting there?
Yeah, because of my buddy's friend. It was a mutual friend.
Okay.
Okay, and just I don't know how my buddy knew him, but I was friends with him, and so I went over there.
Okay.
I don't give a flying shit about Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's a poofy-haired, clown-looking motherfucker.
Run the shit
You
out
thought
of a
that
football.
before
Yes.
this interaction?
Yes, I think he is just a
So
bad.
any athlete with poofy hair is automatically on
no,
your
come
country.
on,
OBJ.
Tom. I think he's just a bad guy. Okay, and I think
Well, why? What did he do bad at college?
in college.
But he just was in OTAs. So there nothing bad happened between then and then.
I know. I'm
Is
saying.
that not when you got in the fight? at the
This is
bar?
how. This is
But-
how I feel
Okay,
now.
that's under wraps, but I'll gladly tell that story.
Yeah.
This is how I feel now. Okay, and I saw him like smoking a bunch of weed at this club, and I'm nothing against weed, but like,
I
bro,
like- I
you're
like 'em
going,
more now.
Well, you're going into OTAs. Come on.
I fuck with
He,
it.
no, he didn't. He didn't have anything that bad at that point, right?
Yep.
So, but I'm not also, like I said, I'm not that guy that goes up there and like, hey, let me get a selfie.
Of
Hey,
course.
can you sign my titty? I'm not that guy.
Yes.
Right. But I just go up and I just shake everyone's hand like a normal human would do.
Yep.
I put my hand out to shake his hand, and just nothing.
Nada.
Big
Nothing.
leagued you.
Every other single guy in his group shook my hand. Hey, I'm Ryan. I'm whatever. Demetrius, whatever. I don't know why I picked Demetrius.
I do.
I think I,
I know why you
why.
picked.
Yeah, I know why.
Just looks at my hand, doesn't say anything.
Okay, let me jump on
I
his
don't
end
know.
though. Let me jump on his end though. He's Ezekiel Elliott. He has no fucking clue who Rybo is. He goes, "Who the fuck? I mean,
Okay,
who
but
the fuck is this
Maybe
guy?"
he was just really high.
it was the middle of the day. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But okay, Cam, let me ask you this. Okay, I understand your thought process on that, but
I'm gonna be a terrible
If
person
you-
for you to do this to, just so you know. I'm not a big fan of strangers.
okay, I'm gonna challenge you a little bit on this. So, you make $50 million. So you just all of a sudden $50 million for whatever you do. You just got sponsored by a beard growing company. Your talent, growing beards, they paid you $50 million. Okay, and you're at a club in Dallas, and another human comes up to you,
With a huge beard.
not fangirling you, but not fangirling, not doing any of that. Just as a human being,
Do you know how many people did that to him that night though,
I-
or a day, or whatever you want to call it?
I bet not a ton.
Really?
The way that I did it, I bet not a ton, because most people, I get that part of it. I get the, hey, let me get a picture with you, man. Let me do this. Let me do that. All I was doing was like, how's it going, man? I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you. And I did it to 4 of his buddies before him,
Yeah.
and that's it. So I don't
a personal
think
pick.
I don't, but I don't think you'd be like that. Like, I understand you not liking strangers, but I still think that you treat other humans with the bare minimum of decency at least,
I'm a pessimist.
unless you knew they were assholes. I get that.
I'm a pessimist. I would think, here comes this guy. Oh, he's trying to say what up to everybody else before he gets to me. So it doesn't look like he's fangirling.
See, and that makes me hate him even more because you're not God. I don't give a fuck who you are.
No, he's not God. He's just got a great six pack.
He's a chubby bunny, bro.
He'll run the shit out of a football.
That guy.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
I mean, he's
can-
good. He's
I,
very
I
good.
see what
He's
you're
very
saying.
good.
That can come off as a dickhead move, but I can also see me as a human being. I'm the guy at a bar who, like, I mean, probably been encountered with me with strangers at a bar. I don't understand anyone who just talks to a random fucking person. I don't understand that.
But you have to understand the situation.
That's what I was saying. I understand your
Yeah.
situation. I understand your frustration. I get it all.
I'm not
But I'm
frustrated,
I'm also the guy at the bar that's like, dude, I'm all friended up. Like
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
I got enough.
We don't need this. Whatever
Got
you're trying to
enough.
do here, we don't need this.
Well, okay, I would understand if it was taken to the next level one, or if I walked up solo, not knowing one person in his group, and tried to play that card.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get the hell out of here. Security, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
I get all that, but there was a mutual friend. I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't even trying to have a conversation with the guy. I had no interest in talking to him. He's a Buckeye.
I think you're
And so-
assuming that he. I think you're assuming he knows everything that you knew.
and that's an unfair assumption. I'm
Yeah.
still kidnapping him, and I'm
Okay,
cutting off
fine.
his right hand because he didn't shake mine.
Okay, fine. That's your pick.
You know,
he can
he's
still run the football. He can be the Wally
Yeah.
Joiner of.
he still
Football.
runs the ball really well with his left. Just the stiff arm wouldn't be obviously as good.
You're right. You
nub.
can fucking
Yeah.
punch that nub into their
Yeah, you get
face
that
mask.
nub.
There is no face mask. He has no
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, you got the nub.
Yeah,
Mine is gonna be Putin.
that's a good pick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
It's
great
a
mine's
little
Putin.
scary too.
Oh no. I'm
But
gonna have
if
my
you're in
Sicario
control-
bros
Yeah.
Okay.
go in there
All right,
initially.
that's a good pick.
And if you're in
I think
control,
I think the Kim Jong Un one's a little bit scary too. I wouldn't be intimidated necessarily by him.
That pudgy
Like
fuck? Are
I
you
would
kidding me?
like
his
I would
homies.
love to fight him in a dark alley.
But his
no problem.
homies.
But no, just the idea that like they would send a nuke.
I wouldn't
like
even be-
instantly. They'd be like, "Who stole him? An American? Send it.
Red
push
button on
every
the bald
fucking
bearded
push
head guy."
all the buttons."
That shit reminds me of a limp dick after 7 shots of whiskey. That's how far that nuke would go. Just be,
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, but it's
I'm
still
not scared of that. I'm
But
not
it's still
scared
a
of that.
thought in your mind, like, oh fuck,
Now-
I got Kim Jong. I got Kim. I would take him straight to Donald Trump.
Now that being said, I'm only kidnapping Putin as long as Russia doesn't know Americans didn't do it.
Yeah,
This would be-
because
I
that's a whole.
That is a we're dying. Like everyone is dying.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
I want to ask you, Cam, about your number one pick,
Uh huh.
being a hitman.
Yeah.
And I want to. I know you kind of talked about
Hypothetical
it.
hitman.
I know, but my big question is the moral compass of that, and like where you stand on that. And I know you said you do your homework, but if you're a true hitman, like if somebody gives you a head, you take care of it.
Yeah, I would.
And
I mean,
I'm not saying that I would never kill someone, because I would for sure. There's some circumstances
For
and I've
money.
thought about it.
It is literally the same thing as a guy in a bedroom. You get a head, you're taking it. Right? No?
I didn't get that.
Didn't land? Head, blowjobs.
Oh, got it. You
not
got
my
me.
not
Yeah.
my best,
You
but
got it. You
shoot or
got me.
shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot.
I thought he was making a gay joke.
I thought it was a.
JFK's not in the
I
bedroom.
thought there was
bro.
like a movie I didn't fucking
That's
see.
a Ribo summer camp joke right there. Okay, yeah,
No, I'm doing it.
I want to know. I want to know like your moral
I'm killing.
compass.
I'm killing shitty dads. I'm killing shitty husbands. I'm killing. You know.
So you would kill. What's like the closest? Okay, like I think we would all.
I'm not gonna give you a person.
No, I
that
don't.
I
I don't.
know.
I don't want to name that we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all agree that if there was a terrorist put in
Fine,
that
I'll
we
kill
know
him.
for sure killed like people, we would kill him. I
Yeah.
think all three of us probably, if there was a pedophile, we'd
Kill
kill
him.
him. I want to know the threshold. What's the lowest level bad person that you would kill and not think twice? Do you understand the question?
Yeah, I do.
lowest level.
You
I
know,
think like
what's,
a,
what's the least bad thing that someone can do that you would kill without?
I mean,
worrying
give
about
me a scenario, because like I mean,
Well, that's what we're asking you.
yeah, give me like a dad that's just like a shitty dad that's beating the shit out of his kids. Yeah, I'll kill him. If I know his kids are gonna be better off without him. I think that's
I'd
an
probably
easy,
do that too.
That's
What
an
if-
easy pick.
What if the dad makes some money for the family?
I'd figure it out with my Hope Diamond.
Just random.
I think
Yeah.
for the sake of conversation, we have to assume that all these stand alone. I think that makes the conversation more juicy. You don't
Okay.
have money from anything. You're
But I'm
just
getting money from the hit.
you're just you right now.
The hitman gets money from the hit. That's the idea.
Okay, so you're assuming. Okay, so here's
Like, you get paid to be a hitman.
Okay, so here's a question. To Tybo's point, I think it's a good point, just hypothetical. You got a dad that beats the shit out of his 3 kids, and the mom that's still in the picture. The dad's the breadwinner, no life insurance, no nothing, and the mom offers you $1,000 to kill the dad. What do you do?
Yeah, I'd do it. I mean, I wouldn't take the money, but I would also figure out a way for them to live.
House way.
There's a lot of ways. I mean, I'll put her in fucking Ribo's camp and she'll learn a trade. How many kids can they bring with them?
Well played.
See,
All
that's another. We can franchise my idea,
Yeah.
and there can be like an orphan side of it. We can do
Yeah.
like
So-
a bunch of different things, man.
So I guess
No franchise fee.
I've got two questions. One, I feel like, and take this how you will, to be honest. Out of the three of us, I think you would have the least problem with killing a person.
I
Absolutely.
think so.
That's
Like,
100%.
I don't
Yeah,
even
I
think
think
that's
so.
close. Second off, what is your weapon of choice?
That's what I said. It just depends on the person.
I
think.
agree. I think it
I think
depends.
it depends on the person. Like some of them were getting tortured.
Really?
Like, you want to fuck with some kids?
Are you, like, just totally honest? Like, you're
Yeah.
mentally equipped to torture a person that way?
If
I don't know if I don't know if I am.
If you do something like especially like a sexual assault on a kid, I could easily torture you.
So that blows my mind because I think
Easily.
I think pederast should fucking rot, and everything that we all know happens to pedophiles in jail should happen to
Yeah.
them.
It should
and
happen
all,
worse.
All the bad things that
Yeah.
happen. Now me, with our morals included in this, which is part of the conversation, I don't know if I can do that.
You could kill him.
No, I could kill him, but I don't know if I can go through with the torture
Oh, I
of
could.
doing.
I could.
Just even the thought of it kind of queases me out.
Yeah,
like,
I
I don't know if I
I
can.
think
do
I have that so much hate. I think I have that much like hatred towards anyone that would harm a child.
I have that much hatred too, but to me, just the thought of committing that act over, I mean,
However long.
yeah, I just don't know if I can do that.
I could do it.
Like if we're going back to your point, the what was that, Jamie Foxx movie,
Which one?
the one we were just talking about.
Oh, the law-abiding citizen.
law-abiding citizen.
If they did that to your kid, your own kid, you would do much worse.
But it's not your kid. It's
But
just
that was his own kid in that movie.
okay. But you're saying
Yeah.
you're going to torture a guy the same way when it's not your own kid.
Yeah.
You could do
Depending on the severity of the abuse or whatever it is. Yeah, I could.
See, I'm somewhere in between. If it was somebody that
Like so heinous.
if it was somebody that killed someone close to me, I would torture the shit out of them for as long as I could. Especially if it was my kids, and I don't have kids, but that I'm just assuming how I'd feel. With that said, if I was a hitman, I think what I would do is I would choose the how quick the death happens. Like
I think
if
it's
it
a
was
choice
a guy I
that the
really
person
hated,
makes, too.
I'd put a bow like right through their chest, but not on their heart side, and then slowly let him bleed out. But if it's a guy,
Shoot him in the stomach.
You just made bad decisions. I'd make it quick.
Yeah. I think I would leave it up to the person hiring me. Like how you want it done. I think that's kind of the
Damn. So that completely takes your moral compass out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lets them go, hey, this guy did this to me.
So
and I'm
you're
like,
okay, but you're okay with that. You're okay with your moral compass being completely thrown out the window for the
No,
sake of your
no,
job.
because I mean, I'm not gonna go do it like, hey, man, this guy cheated on me. Like, hey, fuck off. Like I'm not gonna do it for that.
So you have to be bought into the fact that
I have to buy into what they're selling.
I guess my point is, as a person that none of us have ever killed somebody,
Well,
as a person that's other than Ribo, but I thought we weren't going to talk.
You're
about
out of
it.
jail for that.
Either way, I don't know if I can legitimately sit here and tell you I had the mental fortitude to go through with something like that. I really don't know if I can do it.
I don't know either. It's easy for
I
me
think
to
the
sit
torture
here.
thing. I think the torture thing would be
I
a
couldn't
lot
do it.
harder, obviously, but it would
That's my point.
only be when it came to kids or like super heinous, like
I'm talking about
like
kids
rape,
too.
like rapes. Like if you
I
went on a
understand.
rape spree and you got
I'd-
nobody ever knew who you were, like a Ted Bundy character, I could easily torture his. Punk
I know
ass.
this is going to get it's probably a little too graphic, but like, okay, a woman says he raped me multiple times, sexually assaulted me multiple times.
I'm gonna
I
sexually
want-
assault him.
I want you to slice off his nether regions.
I got it.
I could not do that,
I
bro.
would.
I would love to say I could, but I can't legitimately sit here and tell you with my morals intact. And my morals say, fuck this guy with everything the
I
world
think
has
that's
to give
more
him.
of like a squeamish thing than a
1000%.
actual like do it thing.
1000%.
Yeah, I don't think I would have a problem.
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
just a blood and gore thing. for
Yeah.
you.
That doesn't bother me.
I couldn't do it, and I'm
Yeah.
totally cool with violence, and it doesn't bother me. But
Yeah.
to actually put yourself in that situation where you'd say,
Obviously, I haven't
with
been there.
unequivocally, like,
That's
no
what I'm
problem, I can do it. I cannot sign.
I
up
think
for.
there's certain scenarios where no problem I could, and then there's probably some times where I'd be like, fuck, man, this is
Yeah.
super fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
alright.
going to be
That's fair.
situational, but I'm still going to do it.
Yeah,
That's
we
fair.
can't. I don't think we can sit here and say, yeah, it'd be easy.
I would have to go story by story, scenario by scenario, and go, all right, man, you're getting fucking poisoned. You're going to drink bleach for the next month, and you're going to die a shitty death.
See, I'd be way easier doing that.
Like, okay, so
So maybe
Let
you
me-
just
let
find
me-
your vice.
okay, so for some reason, some
way easier doing that.
Madoff type character goes after your grandparents and takes them for all their money,
Yep.
fucks them over. You know he's a terrible person. I don't know if you need to torture that guy, but that guy needs to die.
Sure, and I'm not talking about it's really more.
See, that's
fixated
more of
on
a
the-
scenario
it's
like
more
where I would
fixated
go,
on-
all right, I'm gonna kill this guy for sure, but
I'm more fixated on the torture aspect of it.
yeah, I don't think that would be the majority of my cases. I don't think.
Okay. You know your
I'd be
clientele well.
I'd be busy. I'd be too busy to be doing shit like that.
So if you had to choose a weapon of choice, what would it be?
If you
If
just
I
one,
had
if you
to
had to pick
pick?
one,
Yeah.
probably an axe.
Oh, for the torture
I'm
or
just
for
kidding.
just like in general a kill?
As a
oh, you got to
hitman,
pick
as-
a
never
gun.
one tool.
Oh, I'm
As a
going.
hitman.
I'm going pistol silencer. Yeah.
thought you'd be a-
Concealable.
I
I'd
agree.
be a bow and arrow guy.
Yeah, but I mean, you can hit
Robin
a guy.
Hood.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that takes a little bit more of a. I can't walk into a bar with a fucking bow and arrow. I mean, I
Can you
could, but
You're not getting caught in our scenario.
just walking through, like, oh, there he is.
Cameron Haynes.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do? Pistol, shoot a guy and just walk out of a crowded bar?
yeah. Like
That's more
Denzel Washington,
You
American
assume
Gangster.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Shoots him in the head.
He was
puts
also
puts
head
a chain.
honcho.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting caught though. Everybody knows
Yeah.
knows my story. They're like, hey man, that guy's just doing God's deeds.
So you couldn't do that with the bow and arrow?
I mean,
Doing
I mean,
God's deeds.
I could. I mean,
If people had that mindset, you could, right?
yeah, but it just wouldn't be. I mean, you tried to shoot the bow and arrow. It's not like it's necessarily as easy as carrying a pistol and just putting it to
No,
somebody's
dude, I
head.
couldn't even pull it back. That shit
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah.
that shit's
You gotta
crazy
use
hard.
both hands.
Yeah, I was
I
teaching them,
tried.
but we were pretty drunk.
Yeah, we were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Playing with bows and arrows.
Yeah.
I
I
was a
made
little-
that mistake the first time, you know?
I was a little concerned.
when you're a
yeah,
kid, right?
Yeah, I was
That's-
a little concerned.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm in.
I know
I'm in. It's still my number one.
I'm picking a lot of nits tonight, but
No, it's good. I mean, that's the whole point of this whole thing. You know what I mean?
I had a
Um,
I had a question about Augusta.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So sneaking on, it's got to be during the day.
Right.
So you're just assuming no one's out there. You just get to play the full 18.
I'm assuming that everyone's out there because I want my clubs cleaned and I want someone to take my clubs after I show up. I'm just assuming that somehow they ask,
You know the one person that could legitimately get onto Augusta somehow and play the round? Who is that?
Probably my father.
Your dad.
Probably my dad.
His dad sneaks into everything.
Really?
And for some reason, he goes, dude, you just play it like you're supposed to be there, and nobody fucks with you.
there's something to that.
Dude,
There's
he's
something
fucking
to that theory.
like he has been. Didn't he go into the San Diego State locker room?
I'm gonna tell the story. Sorry, Dad.
Like
Um,
Yeah, I gotta
he's just the guy that
I've
gets
got-
away with shit.
So I'm gonna tell two of my favorite dad stories, and I've got 10.
Torrey Pines is one of the best ones.
Torrey Pines taking the golf cart. That's a good one. But I'm so sorry, Dad. But number one was they were at a San Diego.
Give his full name and his address. And his phone
yeah,
number.
Social Security.
Dox that motherfucker.
But he went to a Boise State San Diego State game. Long story short, his phone was dying. It was freezing cold, so he goes back in the locker room. They're just into the tunnel because he's cold. Realizes, oh shucks, or something like that. Like, I don't know where my buddy's at. My phone's about to die. So he ends up in the San Diego State locker room, and he walks in there, takes the player's phone out from one of his lockers, unplugs the phone, plugs his phone in, gets a quick little charge, right?
Oh man, that's funny.
So that would be a great plan. Problem is, it's halftime, and the entire team rolls through, and they're giving a little rah-rah speech as he's just kind of
Charging his phone.
ho-humming in the back, just
In the middle of the San Diego
in
State locker
the
room.
middle of San Diego State. He's probably towards the back, just not drawing attention, but yes, more or less. And eventually, an assistant coach goes, "Hey, should you be here?" And he just says, "Nope, sorry." Unplugs the phone, just walks right back on out. So
Well, he's in my foursome.
that
So-
was one of the greatest lessons he's ever taught me was whatever you do, if you're doing something you're not supposed to do, like, and he only means this in the essence of like sneaking onto a field
Enjoy
or something
life.
like that.
Nothing harmful.
Yeah, nothing harmful, but just make sure you act like you belong.
Act like
And
you've been there.
Act like you've been there. So I'll never forget.
That's funny.
We were at a Red Sox Dodger game that they played at the Coliseum, and we were sitting in nosebleeds, and it was him, another friend, and myself, and I was probably 15, something like that. Regardless, he goes, "Do you want to go on the field?" I go, "Sure." And his buddy comes up, literally hot dog in hand, just coming back with a Dodger dog at whatever at the Coliseum. He goes, "Hey, you ready to go on the field?" Doesn't skip a beat. Yep. So as we're walking down the rows and flights of stairs, he tells me, "Just act like you know where we're going." I go, "Okay." So we walk down, past all those yellow jacket guys, and we get on the field. Like no one stops us. Like just, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" "Oh, good." And we just keep walking. We're on the field. I'm watching Red Sox players throw bullpens from 20 feet away. Eventually, an old guy comes up to us and says, "Hey, you guys supposed to be here? You don't have field passes." And we had a player who used to play for the Red Sox, Ryan Kalish, very, not a big guy. He goes, "Yeah, we know Ryan Kalish." So the guy just walks away. And we're like, "All right, we're good." So we're hanging out for an hour. I got to meet Nomar Garciaparra, talked to him for like 5-10 minutes. The other guy talked to Tommy Lasorda, just chumming it up. And eventually, we've enjoyed the game at this point as far as I'm concerned. And this same old guy that walks up to us goes, "Hey, talk to Ryan Kalish. He doesn't know you." My dad goes, "All right, yep, we'll see you later." And we just walk out.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just go straight to the car and we go on home. Like,
Oh, man, that's so great.
I've got stories on
Yeah,
stories. I'm not going to bore
He's
you.
just
but
the guy that, like, okay, so when you go to a bar and it's like a cover charge or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
he's just like, "Yeah, let's go through here." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "Just go through the back door, through the kitchen."
Just make it happen.
Literally, just we'll walk through the kitchen.
Okay.
What's
all right.
that, like,
I'm
like it-
sorry. Since you brought that one up, I'm going to tell that story too. So me and my buddies, we were all at Ohio State. He came out for a weekend visit, and we are waiting. Or no, it was Oklahoma. We're waiting in Oklahoma versus Ohio State, and we are waiting for about 10-15 minutes. I ended up seeing a buddy that I was living in the same dorm with. So we're waiting. The kid ends up giving him like $100 so the four of us can get in. My dad goes, "I'll see you guys in there." We're like, "What?" I'm like, "All right,
I
whatever."
don't need your fucking
And
money.
dude, it's not like a sports bar. It is like a club bar at night and like a restaurant during the day. So we're in there and we finally get in, and guess who's at the bar buying us drinks before we could even get to the bar? My dad. And we go, "Dude, how did you get here?" He goes, "Oh, I just walked through the kitchen." I just walked all the way. I went through the
That's
back.
amazing.
I went through the
It's-
back.
I
walked
love
through-
guys like that,
I
by the
walked
way.
walked through the kitchen and just he was literally buying the 5 of us shots, him included. He goes, "Here you go, boys." Like, let's go.
It's just like that. Like, I think it's a look thing though too. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's
looks like
older.
he mightn't supposed. Like, if I do that, they're gonna be like, "Hey,
What are you
fuck
doing?"
you doing
Well,
in
he,
here?"
he kind of has like a familiar look too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
like,
I know this guy.
He's the guy, and I think I just thought of our next month's challenge. That can
Walk
crash
on,
a wedding.
Walk.
Oh god.
We need to crash a
Oh,
wedding.
he could easily crash a wedding.
No, the three of us need to,
Easily.
our next month's challenge. We need to crash a wedding.
God, you'd have to research that and find out. Like,
Do we
It had
really,
to be it had to be a big wedding.
So we go to TCI.
I was gonna say TCI is the
We get shuttled out to Stonehouse. Those are usually like 250 people weddings.
bigger. Yeah.
We don't need to sit down for a dinner, right?
Yeah.
So we go to the ceremony, we pick a side, and then we just hang out by the bar until the dancing starts, get a cake, and go home.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
We got to do it. We got to do it.
I don't know if that needs to be our challenge.
What's the worst that can happen? They say go home.
And I can't play golf at TCI anymore.
No, it won't be that bad.
I hope not.
That's a funny one.
I love that course.
I don't think they would do that. Okay, let's pick a different venue. Let's go to a shitty winery that we don't like.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't like any winery.
Oh, that's funny.
What do you guys think?
I
We'll
mean,
talk,
I'll-
we'll
I'm-
talk about it. We'll
yeah.
talk about it.
I'd be game to do it, not for my challenge. I've already got my challenge for next month.
Okay, then let's just do it.
I
Let's
could-
crash a wedding a month.
A month?
Yeah.
What about
That's
February? It's slow season.
Do it whenever. I think the more people, the better when you crash a wedding.
You have to have more people.
Yeah,
You
I
have
think
to.
it
You
has to
gotta
be
blend in.
at least 200
Yeah,
people.
I know. I'm
What-
Uncle
all right,
Ned's kid.
So my question is,
Yeah.
what happens when we roll up to like an Indian wedding where we're the only white guys there?
Then we act like maintenance. yeah,
in our suits.
yeah. We're just here to help you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Start putting out chairs.
It's pretty
I gotta
easy.
use the pisser. But
Yeah, you just show up. Cam, we could do this.
Oh, I stand out like a sore thumb, but yeah,
I know,
I
but
can do it.
like I said, worst case scenario, we're the bus boys.
Dude, he has such a funny story too. He's already heard it, but I'll tell you. He was at Torrey Pines at the I don't know if it was a big Torrey Pines tournament, golf tournament, right? Have you ever been to a Torrey Pines golf tournament?
Yes.
Where you have to park like way fucking
You gotta
far
take the
away.
buses, yeah.
Take the buses. So he gets off the bus. There's a cart or something sitting there, a golf cart. He goes, "Fuck it, let's take this cart."
Just go.
Hops in the cart and drives. And there's people like, "Hey, hey," and he's like, "Yep." Just waves at him and just drives
good.
by. So after the event or whatever, or no, at the event, there's like a like the booth, like the big like fucking farmers have a booth.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he goes, "Yeah, man, I just laid down, rolled under the fence, stood up, brushed myself off, and then just started drinking free drinks all night."
That's
And he's like,
amazing.
"I was just drinking." And then he goes, afterwards they were doing a concert or something. He goes, "Yeah, I took all the booze from that event, took the booze, put it on the golf cart that he took, drove and he put a big trash can on the back of it, and he drove into the event through the front gates. And was like, yeah, we got to put these trash cans out." Drove in there, trash can full of
Oh
booze,
my God.
drank all night out of the free booze, and then he's just that guy. He's
That's
just,
awesome.
Just gets away with shit.
Yeah, see, I love people like that because
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh no, what if I get caught? What if
I don't care about getting caught. I just never think of that. Like, who fucking thinks of like just doing that?
Yeah, see, I'm like the goody two shoes. I'm afraid of getting caught.
Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. What are they gonna do? They're gonna kick you out, whatever. Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. No problem.
I
See
know,
ya.
and that's what I need to remind myself of. It's good, and so
Yeah.
it's good for me to hang out with guys like him.
Yeah.
Do that.
Where do you want to go? I want to go into Tybo's Area 51 because
So
I want
do
to
I.
know what he thinks he's gonna see.
Yeah, that's a big one to me.
It's a good pick.
It's a decent pick if he explains it well.
Yeah. We want to jump into
Year
Area
number one.
51.
Area 51, huh?
And first question is, you said you don't think you're gonna find aliens.
I have my doubts.
What are you planning on seeing?
Military, top secret military aircraft.
Planes.
So you're assuming that you get to figure everything out by being in there.
No, I'm not gonna figure it out like what it is. I'm sure I'm gonna see some shit that I don't know what it is.
But you're able to acquire whatever information that you're
yes,
looking to find.
which is kind of weird. My two B&Es are basically information based, but
B&Es for non-law enforcement, breaking and entry.
yes, yeah, and there might be aliens. If I get the Will Smith Area 51 treatment, I'm all
Welcome
about
to
it.
Earth.
Welcome to Earth. motherfucker. I'm totally
They're
about
getting
it.
you copy the whole thing.
Yes.
Where do you go from there? Okay, let's play this out. So you break in.
I
with
break
your
in.
Chain and cutters, and you
Yes.
walk right
Don't
into
forget the
Area
crowbar.
51.
Crowbar, too.
Crowbar. And so you go in, and there's just aliens chilling, and they're like putting in. They're working at a computer trying to hack Russia just like we are, and they're like getting you coffee.
So
and
now
I
it's
think
like Men in Black.
Yeah,
I think
the
you're-
whole Men in Black
yeah,
scene.
we
The
got
I think
whole
you're so.
scene.
I think you're so scared and like so.
What do you do?
Well, I know I'm not going to get caught, so that I think that
You
would
have
take
a big
the fear
white
out
jacket
of it.
on.
Yeah, I would just act like I belong and just walk in,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
you
you're
know.
Find a beaker to walk around with.
Yes. Oh, I'm doing science
Yeah.
things.
Science.
Science. But I know for a fact that certain area, and I guess let me backtrack to the alien part. Everyone thinks there's aliens there. If I was the U.S. government, I would continue to let people think there's aliens there and move those motherfuckers anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because everyone that gets in there is going to assume there's aliens. So if you
They're
do
not going to
have
be in
them-
the front door.
Exactly.
They're gonna
if you
be-
do have them, they're going to transport that stuff to somewhere that we don't even know about at this point.
So what's the point of having it?
Because I know
It's just a front. It's smoke and mirrors.
now, let's assume the American government is that smart. They probably are. But I know for a fact that that's where not for a fact, that's not true.
They
but
do test pilot
They
shit.
do
Yeah.
there are things that we may not see for another 15, 20
They
years
still have Nazi
that are in that facility.
Nazi scientists.
Oh, I believe
They-
that.
Yeah.
For sure. So I may not know what it does, but I'm not an aerospace engineer, but I could probably figure out like, whoa, I've never seen anything close to this, like I could probably
So
make an assumption.
So
or-
how do you document what you find, and what do you do with that information? Assuming you don't get caught.
Whew, that's a good question.
That's a
I
good
would-
sell too. You can make money.
I'm thinking like Netflix documentary.
First things first, GoPro's a must.
Yeah.
You gotta have a GoPro.
Yeah, maybe a couple.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
Take it all in.
yeah, dude, it's just
Gotta video the whole
For
thing.
me, I've always been like a conspiracy, kind of what's going on here type of guy, and just walking into that type of facility I guarantee that even if any one of the three of us walked in there and didn't know what the fuck we were seeing,
You're seeing things you've never seen before.
we would be like, what in the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could, just sake of argument, a rocket or an aircraft that is a perfect cylinder that you can just tell can fly. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, how are they going to use this? And then in 20 years, you're probably going to see it. 25 years, whatever it is. I just in the interest of knowledge and just selfishly just wanting to know what's in there, that is why I would really want to go into Area 51. I can't think of another base, not even
Government-
military base,
government.
but just anything in America where there's so much
Mystery.
folklore and mystery around a type of place like that, to where you can just walk in and just, okay, no, there's no aliens here. Okay, they're building this here. For me, it would just be more of a self-fulfilling. Just
Yeah, even
all
if
right,
you
this
go
is
and
what's-
find nothing.
yeah, all right, there's
found
nothing.
something,
There's
you know?
nothing here.
You got
It's
answers.
all a
Yeah.
farce. It's a farce, or whatever it is.
Who farted?
Sorry. Does it
Yeah,
stink?
that one's cool
Max
because
Kellerman.
it does go back like all the way to childhood. Like you always think like, oh, aliens, flying
51.
saucers. You've seen so many movies. You've seen the, what was that in the 40s or 50s or whatever, where the aircraft,
Roswell.
that crashed
yeah.
and
I think the curious part of this, like I think all of us would love to take a stroll around Area 51, but it's kind of like the one that we did, where we did if we could
The
have
beer,
a beer with
yeah.
everyone and anyone, and they had to tell the truth. So
Yeah.
okay, that's fun, but then what do you do with the information?
Sell it.
That's the interesting. That's
Sell
the
it.
interesting
And
if you see aliens, you have to sell it.
Netflix documentary, 100%.
Oh, yeah, you're
if
getting.
I see aliens, I'm fucking telling people.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I think either way you sell it.
But I'm going in
Yeah.
there. I'm going in there knowing that I'm probably not going to see them. However, I'm going to see some things, and what I do with that information, it's purely from a personal gain standpoint, not from a fiscal or monetary gain.
But
Like,
I think that the majority of people that, well, 100% of the people that know that Area 51 exists, want to know
What's going on?
what's going on beyond the fences,
I
right?
just want to know.
Every single person. Not everyone, I think, is aware of Area 51, but majority of people are. So, like Cameron said, even if you go in there and it's like, no, it's just
Yeah.
cactus
stealth
and
bombers and
coyotes.
normal shit that we've already seen.
then you're like, all right, that answers the question.
Now, I'd be very hard pressed to believe that's the case.
You know what I
Or
think's
Then
gonna
people are
so
gonna
you know what I,
heavily regarded.
What's underground?
You know what's going to
Yeah.
be really
Yeah.
shitty is what you're going to walk into. You're going to walk in there. You're going to see a bunch of old scientists doing some doing some computer stuff, doing some engineering, and that's all you're going to see.
Human experimentation, maybe.
Yeah, you might see some.
And that's possible.
What if you go in and it's just fucking jacked people everywhere, just shack-sized people, and they're everywhere.
Or they're making like towels that can kill people,
yeah,
like,
well, they could have that. Yeah,
towels.
bet-
Defense Department shit.
Yeah. I really I don't know what I would expect to see in there.
But it's
And
all
that-
gonna be good.
And that's kind of the mystery of it. I have
Yeah.
no idea what's in there. And that's the part that really intrigues me.
Yeah.
And that's why if I could do that and slip past the thousands of guards I'm sure they have. I mean, you roll up within a mile of that place, they've got snipers on you, they've got people all over you. There's something they're hiding there, and maybe not hiding, and maybe hiding is not the correct term. There's something they don't want the general public to know.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, me, as a part of the general public,
I wanna
that's why
see.
I want to know.
I want the info when you get out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I have two more things. One's real quick. Let's make it real quick. My Ponzi scheme one. If you guys were to do the same thing, do you have one person in your life, not like someone that you do not know, that you would just drain dry?
Drain
I don't know any.
I
that-
have
I don't
one.
know
I
that
have
many
one.
rich.
I
I
have
don't know
one
that
in
many
mind.
rich people.
That's a.
It doesn't have to be that they're rich.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just-
I do then.
It's for the satisfaction of draining them dry.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I've got one. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
got
One
I'm
for
not
sure.
gonna-
No,
one-
I'm not. I'm not
One
asking
for
you.
one for sure.
I'm not asking for you to say it. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
do you
Oh.
have it?
Oh,
I have
yeah.
one, and I
I
know
do
that I
too.
could do it to him.
Oh yeah.
See, and I have one. And
I said not a him.
no,
Mine's
a
a him. Fuck him.
Yeah, mine's a him too, and I would figure out a way to do it. I can't think of a way right now, but I'd figure out a way to do it.
I could figure out
'Cause
a
I
way.
hate that.
I could figure out a way.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that we all had one. And then
Yeah,
okay,
I got one for sure.
my last point for me for the night is the Sicario thing. I kind of want to like
I
play
think you
that
need to
out.
watch the movie.
Well, I understand the premise of the movie.
Let me give you the premise of the movie first. So this guy is basically hired by the government, but not hired by the government. He's a ex cartel hitman, I guess you could call him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the cartels, the bigger, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but put his daughter into a acid bath.
Oh damn.
Threw his daughter in there. He died. He knows who did it.
Killed the wife too.
Killed the wife, yeah. But he threw his daughter in there. So the whole time they're going and doing these operations that are not legal by the United States standpoints, but he's allowed to do them because he's a private, his own guy. So they literally go in and they go, okay, go kill that guy. Whereas they couldn't come out and say, hey, we went into Mexico territory. This guy's basically just a badass.
They basically get into a shootout at the U.S.-Mexico border.
I love
Yeah.
everything about this.
So he goes down there.
I need to watch it.
It's an awesome movie.
I
I'm gonna
heard it's- I
I'm gonna
heard it's
spoiler
really good.
alert it for you, but it's still worth watching.
Yeah.
He goes down. He finally finds the guy's house. They go. Even the guy tells him, "Hey man, if you get caught, we don't fucking know each other. Like you're on your own. You don't exist.
There's
Basically,
zero ties.
there's nothing.
Nothing.
They put him into they stage a broken down car. They stop this guy's car, who they know is going to the house. He gets in the back of the car. He goes, fucking drive. This guy drives him to the gates. He does,
Not totally true what happens in the movie, but point standing.
or they stop the car, however it works.
He kidnaps a cop.
Yeah, that's
makes
what
the
it is.
cop pull
Yeah.
him over.
Makes the cop pull him over. But, okay, so he gets to the house, goes into the house, kills all the bodyguards, silent fucking assassin, just dropping people. Just dropping people. Gets to the fucking dinner, gets to walking out through the doors of this house, and he sees the guy, the head honcho, mansion, sitting out at his fucking pool, outdoor dinner. It's him, his wife, and his 2 kids. He sits down at the end of the table with a gun, holds it like this, and he goes, tell your kids to eat. Just like that. And the guy's like,
Come on.
he knows who he is. It's called Medellin. It's his name in the thing. Everybody knows who he is. He's like everybody fucking knows how badass he is. He sits down and the guy's talking to him and he's like, blah, blah, blah. They start talking.
How badass the guy he's going after is, or the guy that's killing him?
The guy that's killing him.
About to kill him.
The guy that's about to kill him is known as
He's the dude.
he's the dude. He's
Okay.
the hitman that I would want to be.
Okay.
Like, he just kills bad people. Everybody that sees him is terrified and they know him.
Benicio del Toro
Yeah,
kills that
he
role.
sits down and he just sits there and he's looking at the kids and he goes, tell your kids to eat. And the wife's all scared or whatever. He just goes, shoots one of the kids right in front of him. And he goes, shoots the other kid. And the guy's just sitting there and he's like watching his kids die in front of him. And he shoots the wife and then he eventually walks up and fucking kills him. But it's like the hardest move in any movie other than the one with Denzel.
John Q.
No, A Man on Fire. When he
Man
puts
on
the
Fire,
fucking when he puts the C4 up the guy's ass and he goes, I got all the time in the world, but you got 5 minutes. Start talking. And he goes, well, and he starts talking and he just goes, nah, man, I ain't got any more time. I gotta go. And he fucking blows him, shoves that shit in his ass. Sicario's a badass movie.
I need to watch it.
But just the idea of being among the group of that elite of badasses and just going in and,
Boom.
in the dark of night and just fucking
And that's-
dropping people and yeah.
So I want to hear Tybo's. How does that play out in your mind?
That's how I envision it. Now, not necessarily to a T, but I get 4 to 6 guys.
Who's the person though? Let's pick a target.
I don't know.
El
who-
Chapo before. He was caught.
Yeah, whoever one of the biggest drug lords
Yeah.
in Mexico currently is.
Yeah.
Probably
let's-
El Chapo.
So we're going down to Juarez. We're driving through, and we know what the mission is. The head mission is to kill the head honcho. So with that being said,
Who's we? Who do you got? In
You
your
got
crew?
the intel.
I want to know.
No, they got to be ex-Navy
Well,
SEAL guy.
yeah,
They got to
so
be
I
just.
want-
And
like-
me and Cam.
Yeah.
Everyone's
and-
like ex-Navy SEAls.
We'll be
and then
behind
me
the.
and
We'll
Cam.
be behind lines like the girl in Sicario.
yes,
I got
yeah,
me
you
and
could
Cam
be
got
Emily
his
Blunt.
old paintball guns.
You guys could be Emily Blunt. That's totally cool. But
We'll hit him in the eye with the paintballs.
that I would like to go in with a group of 4 to 6, me being the 7th or 5th, whatever you want to call it. I go in, we go in, and the whole entire mission is to just cut the head off the snake. That's the mission.
You're John Wick trained though.
yes.
You have the skills to do it.
I'm John Wick trained.
Yeah.
So this has to be more from a sense of
Just
like some
the
of your other
badassness
picks.
of it.
Yeah, the personal satisfaction because you know, as much as we do. I mean, we're not drug lords, but if you take the head off the snake, there's two more heads that are gonna grow back.
Totally understand that. And I hate to bring this back to Sicario, they knew that as well. You
Yeah.
know,
His thing was personal.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
personal thing.
but the whole reason for the U.S. giving him the operative of that mission was because you cut the head off the snake, there's a bunch more snakes trying to get after it, and they cause chaos.
They fight
which-
each other.
Which is obviously not a great diplomatic way to handle things. I mean, obviously.
That's why the U.S. can't do it in this movie.
So why do you personally pick a drug lord? That seems like an odd pick out of you.
Well, first off, I only smoke weed, so I don't care about those guys, but guys that
Plus,
are.
you've seen cartel videos.
But I would think that
Distributing-
there's worse guys in your mind than a drug lord.
I mean, yes, there are, for sure.
I
But
understand
just-
the
what about like a
I
Putin,
understand
what
the
about
theme
like a
of Sicario.
Putin, a
I get
Putin
that.
character,
No, because you know
or like
what?
a Gaddafi when he was still alive,
Or
or
Kim
like
Jong-un.
I don't know. Maybe this is just my.
I get the theme. I get it. But
No, but maybe this is my. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe my.
personal bias.
Yeah, not personal bias, but we'll go with
reliving
that.
a movie.
No, not that either. But
Preconceived notion.
I understand that taking out a political leader has way more effects on innocent people
A vacuum.
than potentially a drug lord. Now, obviously, I know that. I mean, let's take Mexico for example. Right now, it's not like things are great.
But I would also argue that a prominent drug lord in Mexico is more of a political leader than the president
A
of
Pablo
Mexico.
Escobar character.
Right, is more of a political leader than
but
the
he was also-
president of Mexico.
And I don't disagree whatsoever. Now, if you take down a Putin, who knows who the leader of Russia is, and maybe that guy's a little more trigger happy
It's that lady.
than Putin is.
Yeah, but you still have your squad together, so we'll go after that guy too.
Yeah, I'm
Cam's
in
got
for,
plenty of paintballs.
I'm a
Where
one
we are.
I'm a one-stop shop guy. I just want to go in for one kill.
Tybo wants one story to
I
tell
want
his grandkids,
one
and that's
mission.
Like
And
Bad Boys 2.
I envision it like with. I mean, it really is like the Sicario vision. You're going in with
Night vision.
night vision goggles. You're going in.
Oh, I
just-
see it. I can see it right now.
and
Oh,
you're
it's
just-
intense.
I haven't seen the whole movie, but I know exactly. I've watched enough documentaries and like shows
That's-
to understand.
And for me, this is kind of like playing out like a glorified vision of Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, whatever you want to call it.
It's just a
We're
childhood dream.
I feel like being around
Yes.
that group of guys though too, just like
camaraderie.
the plane flight down,
yeah.
there's just the getting into a mind of somebody that's capable of things like that is gotta be just fucking.
And those
even if
guys,
your balls
it
are
pushes
not,
you.
yeah, it's just like, oh fuck, man, these guys are a real
these
deal.
guys are real badasses.
These are the
real
dudes.
Yeah.
life badasses. So to be part of that group is part of the play in it.
The whole experience. Yeah,
Yes.
I get. I'm in. I'm fucking want to be on the team. You got
So
me
do
pumped
I.
up. You got me
I-
pumped
I
up
want
right
in
now.
too because
I'll bring
I'm-
my bow only.
If we don't get caught, we're not dying. So
Exactly.
I'm all in.
And we can't get hurt, right? So I'm going in. Maybe we lose 2 good men on the field, but you know what? They fought for a good cause.
No, they're not dying. Those guys are fucking living. Everybody's living.
I hope they all live. But going back to the drug thing, the guys that are pumping fentanyl and
Yeah.
heroin and shit like that, fuck those guys. I got now understanding that there are a lot of political leaders that do the same type of things.
Yeah.
Or to your point,
You should go after Big Pharma. We should Sicario Big Pharma.
That's
not
fine. We could do that,
Pablo
too.
Escobar.
I'd be cool with that if I could take like
Yeah, I feel
30
like
of them down.
I feel like if we do this job once, we're gonna want to do it again and again
Yeah, I'm
and
in.
again.
I'm in.
God, if I get that
I'll take the
rush-
whole month off
I have
of
a
work.
question. This is kind of sidebar. So Cam is an ex-professional paintballer.
Yes.
I've been paintballing 3 times in my life. I hated every single time because I'm a pussy. But here's my question. I always stayed in the back. I always had terrible gear. Like I couldn't even see through my goggles. I'm just getting pelted.
Yeah, that's definitely
I'm like,
part of it.
It sucked. But everyone tells me that you need to be the guy that just charges. Is that true? It doesn't make sense
It just
to me.
depends on what, like, you
For all
probably
our
played.
16-year-old
You played like
listeners.
rec ball, so it's a little bit different
Like
than what
Jungle
I played.
Island?
Yeah, that's a little bit different than what I played. I played speedball, which was like, you know, the inflatable bunkers.
Yeah.
And it was just
Was it
fast
capture?
paced.
Was it capture the flag?
Yeah, but it's not really that. It's more just, I mean,
So the way I heard it described before was like there's a quarterback that kind of waits.
yeah, you have front, back, and mid.
Yeah.
And
So there's positions.
yeah, there's positions for sure.
Wow.
And there's you go 2 days before to wherever you fly to go play, or if you're playing local or whatever it is, you go 2 days before. You walk all the fields. You draw the fields.
Wow, I didn't
you
know
look
that.
you look at different lanes, like you look at different shooting lanes, like where you can get,
Wow.
you know,
clean shot or
yeah,
whatever
Well,
it is.
yeah, it's just more just all right. I know our guy's gonna try to make it to here off the break. The break would be like the start of the game. We're gonna lane right here to make sure our guy stays alive, and we're pretty sure that they're gonna send somebody through here. So our guns were shooting 20 balls a second. So
Wow.
if you're laning,
A second?
yeah, a second.
Wait, I thought that was like super.
big are your
I thought that
hoppers?
was super taboo, like just like holding down.
No, you can't hold it down. There was a lot of regulations. No,
How-
you could
how
So
shoot.
you're telling me you're pulling the trigger 20 times
could shoot-
per
I could-
second?
Yeah.
No way.
That's not
Come over my-
physically
That's
possible.
not even physically possible.
Show
Do
me
it
right now.
Give me a gun. It's doable. I promise. I mean, yeah, it's doable. I
Like
played
if,
a lot.
If I had a seizure,
I
maybe.
could
Are
do
you
it-
a
I
2
could
or
do it-
3 finger guy?
Only 2, sometimes 1.
Are we still talking about paintball?
What's
No.
that?
Are we still talking about
Yeah.
paintball?
I'm a
I thought
two.
we were talking
How
about
many
love life.
how many balls are held in your guys' hoppers?
200.
So in 10 seconds you're done.
This will give you a good frame of like how much paint I would shoot in a game. So like you probably went to Jungle Island with a case of paint, which is 2,000 rounds. You went with 1 case.
Yeah, and it
I would
barely
shoot
shot.
a case and a half in a game, a 5-minute game.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, a
That's
5 to
amazing.
7 minute game. I would not stop shooting the entire game.
Yeah, Cam's
But I-
in the Sicario group for
yeah,
sure.
But it's
He's a
Cam's in.
machine
yeah,
gun.
it was
Cam's
just
in.
yeah,
I'm
it was
calling
just a
Cam machine gun manager.
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna
they-
need you to hold back the bullets.
I don't know
a
what it
little
is
bit.
anymore. I know they
You
regulated
want
it.
clean shots.
They
here.
regulated it now, like on the
That's
the
amazing,
tour
man.
and stuff like that. But it's I
Did
think
you
they
ever
regulated
freeze
it
your
down to
pin- Did you ever freeze your paintballs?
no. That's a myth.
Really?
Yeah, it's a myth. It doesn't work. No, but we used to play back when we played. They came out with these like rubber balls that you could play inside with, and we would play in the hotels with those, and those hurt like a motherfucker.
That does. Nothing about it was fun for me.
Yeah,
But-
but I got past the point of hurting.
I'm a little bitch.
Like I got past the point of where
I'm
like
sure you get used
it
to it.
hurt. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you get shot in the neck or you get shot like.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened to me. So the first time I went, I was 9 years old. I'll never forget it. It was one of my friend's birthdays, and it was all hot out. And do you want another beer?
I might have one. for
I'm
just
I'm
later.
good for now.
I'll
yeah,
take one.
I really have to pee, so I'm holding it. I was 9 years old, and so we go out.
Little
and
private party at the Jungle Island.
It wasn't the Jungle Island. It was the one right off the 15.
Oh, you went to
It used to be
Adrenaline?
Adrenaline.
At the hockey place?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
And and so you rent the equipment.
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
shit
shitty ass
guns.
equipment.
Yeah.
It doesn't even shoot straight. I
Yeah.
can't see through the goggles. So I get hit. I everyone says, tell me, don't stand back, don't stand back. All right. I'm ready to rock. So I roll up.
They had rocks on there.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
it was gravel.
Yeah,
it was gravel.
And you hit the bottom and you'd hit the hockey rink that was underneath and you'd
Dude,
slip.
brutal.
Yeah, I played there.
And so
You
first
know all
shot,
the out.
first shot hits me square in the mask.
That's not a bad shot to take, though.
Yeah,
Scared
but I
you a little bit.
Okay, but I can't see.
No, you're out.
You're out.
No, I lied.
You cheated.
Yeah, I cheated.
Yeah, you'd
'Cause I'm like-
you'd be a good pro then.
Dude, I was so like, I wanted to win. I was like gung ho. I love the idea of this whole
Yeah.
thing. So I got paint, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to wipe it off.
It's a
Next
shitty
thing I
ref.
know, I got hit right in the neck.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I'm 9 years old. I start crying like a little bitch, and I'm like, I want to go home. I'm not playing another
I have
game.
a I have
do
a
not
funny
wanna
story
play
about a
another
guy
game.
just like you. So we used to go to jungle just to fuck around. Like we would never go.
Just murder people.
Well, what we would do is we would go.
20-second
Yeah,
motherfucker.
we would just go fuck around or whatever. I was I was in the back for some reason. I just like hopped into a game late or something. I just jumped in and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play. And there was a kid just like you, back in the back, and his gun's broken, and he's like, yeah.
It was brutal.
And I walk up to him. I'm like, all right, dude, let me see your gun. Let's see if I can fix it. I was like, hold my gun. Well, my gun, if you fucking blew on the trigger, it shot.
Oh,
So
no. Oh, no.
I'm sitting there. I hand him my gun. I'm looking at his gun, and I just hear, like from me to you, right in the fucking neck. Like, I mean,
Oh,
like
my God.
from less than a foot away. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're trying not to be hard to this little kid because he's
How
having
bad
such.
did he feel?
No, he's just like, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
He probably felt
Yeah,
so
we
bad,
used to go
though.
to Jungle Island. We were terrible. But we would go with like 5 of us. Like it was a 7-man team, but we go like 5 of us that live locally or whatever. And we'd be like, all right, put us 5 and put all 100 of the other guys on the other side.
I probably played against you, and that's
No,
why I hate
would-
paintball.
No. And
Do you play anymore?
No,
You
I'm
never?
too old for that shit. But we would go, all right, just put all 100, and they'd be like, fuck, what are these guys thinking? They're gonna kill. We would fucking
Murder 'em.
We would mow them down so
I love it.
bad. Like,
I like this one, fellas. This was a fun
Yeah.
topic.
yeah. I have one to dip into on mine, just what you guys would do as a hacker. What would you
Yeah,
like
I
to
was
hack? What would be your number one thing you would
The
hack?
White House. If I
Yeah,
had
I was going to say government.
CIA database.
definitely.
That's a good one.
Or the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Like anything to do with government. The
Af-
government. in
After
general.
I said voter fraud, I think that's my pick.
That'd be an interesting one.
Influence an election.
Influence elections.
See, I'm the guy that thinks that like.
Yeah,
the
democracy.
president-
Democracy should be picked.
Well, I just think that like the president is. The power of the president is overstated anyway, so. I would be interested in that for sure,
Yeah.
but there's other things I'd be more interested.
Yeah, I would do like the Federal Reserve. Like
Yeah, that'd
get
be
some
an
money
interesting
going
one.
towards myself.
Oh, you're just trying to wire transfer some
Yeah,
shit.
do some crazy
Oh,
shit
okay.
like that. Yeah.
I'd be curious more so like
take all the Bitcoin and shut it down to like $1 for the day, and watch everybody lose their minds
Watch everyone
on something
burn.
that is not backed by anything.
And you can let me know on the insider trading part.
To buy as $1
Yeah.
or short it.
You
The
short
big
it.
short.
I'm gonna short it.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good
short
move.
it.
There we go.
Yeah. Can we work as a team on that? Because I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I feel like we can work as a team on pretty much
All
all
of
of,
them.
ours, other
Yeah.
than you might not want to come to Ribo's summer camp. I think Cam might want to. but-
I'll go look at it for sure. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go watch the meltdown happen. But
I would
I'm
run
gonna
around-
watch from the outside like I'm at Area 51. with
Well, I don't know about
binoculars.
all that, but we're all robbing the Bellagio together. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
I'm into
That'll
that.
be fun.
I would run around your internment camp, but I'm kind of a treadmill guy, so
You're gonna get your miles around the
I'm gonna
internment
get-
camp.
yeah.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so we don't have a topic for next week because we're still kind of waiting on a guest, but
If anybody has anything, send it.
absolutely.
Yeah, please do. DM us on Instagram, 5onitpod.
Yep.
Love it.
See you later, fuckers.
There it is.
Find a challenge. Do it.
Love it.